John Beltran back with Dave Urich at Beat Digger Stadium in Brush. This is KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Greeley, and Morgan County's B106 KPRB, Brush, Fort Morgan. Also on KSIR.com. We remind you that we are live right now on 1010 KSIR, but because of the flood damage to our transmitter last weekend, if the signal does not hold on 1010, we're also broadcasting this game on Morgan County's B106. That's 106.3 FM, and you can catch us there as well, of course, as on KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers are coached by Randy Dreitz, assisted by Lance Schwinn, Dick Creighton, Matt Menier, David Cummings, and Court Marquez. Beat Diggers in their road maroons with the white numerals. And Platte Valley, coached by Troy Hoffman, assisted by Dan Gehring, Spencer Frost, Mike Danson, Jim Ruby, Tom Creech, and Roger Olson, dressed in their white uniforms with the blue numerals and the navy blue pants. The opening kickoff tonight, brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life, home, auto, life, health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. And we're going to find out quickly, Dave, how the Beat Digger defense will respond. But let's not take special teams for granted, because it's been pretty good the first two games, but it's got to be real good here against Platte Valley. You cannot lose the battle of field position.
And historically against Platte Valley, we come out a little bit slow. You know, we've been shell-shocked quite a few times the last few years, so this is a huge kickoff right here, and we need some big-time coverage.
Omar Fietel to kick it off for the Beat Diggers. 1 versus 2 from Beat Digger Stadium. Fietel runs up to the football. The game is underway. That's a low line drive. A squibber headed out of bounds across the 30 to the 28-yard line. That's not a good start for the Beat Diggers, as Platte Valley automatically is going to have good field position, obviously better than a long kickoff return, but you'd like to keep this team inside the 25-yard line. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, we'd love to be able to kick down there, but so far this year we really haven't had the kicks to put them down there that far, and we have had some good run backs against us. So maybe this is a blessing in disguise, just giving them the ball there on the 35.
Logan Sitzman is the quarterback out of a shotgun formation in that spread offense. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Caleb Creech is the lone setback from the 35-yard line on 1st and 10. Sitzman has the football, and he'll hand it off to Creech, running left side. He breaks out of a tackle across the 35 to the 38-yard line. A gain of 3. Kyle Rosenbrock, the junior for the Beat Diggers, stands up Creech at 2nd down and 7, and they're going to a no-huddle offense, which makes it that much more difficult. Beat Diggers have got to be right there on their assignments defensively. 2nd down.
Platte Valley's looking over to the sideline. Their coach is signaling the plays in.
2 receivers split each side. Out of a shotgun is Sitzman. He's got the football, and he will hand it off right up the gut at the 41-yard line. Still driving is Creech, and he is taken back by several Beat Diggers. He might have gone to the 42. Also holding him up was Chase Klein. Eddie Arriva's in on the play. A gain of, well, we'll call it 3. 3rd down and a short 4. That ball just past the 41-yard line. Platte Valley with the ball on their own side of the field. Again, same formation. Creech the lone setback. 3rd down and 4 for the 41. Back to throw is Sitzman. Looking. Tries to take off with the football. Rolls to his left. Now he's going to roll to his right. Pressure coming. He's got some room out to the right side, and then he's going to get hit and taken down from behind at the 43-yard line. Clay Shaver makes the tackle. He bought tons of time back there. He must have been in and out of the pocket for close to 10 seconds. A gain of 2 for the quarterback Sitzman. 4th down and 2.
Boy, you got to give Clay Shaver a lot of credit out there playing that in position. He's started out on that side. He tried to crash down and try to corral him, but Sitzman did a good job of getting out around him, but that didn't stop Clay. He went ahead and kept pursuing, and as soon as we slowed him down, he tackled him from behind.
Well, what about the secondary as well? For the Beat Diggers, did a great job. I believe that's Bailey Collins Landwehr to punt. One of the best kickers in the state. Let's see if that's him. And the Beat Diggers got to make sure, is that a delay of game penalty? And it is on Platte Valley. So that'll mark the football back to the 38. They're going to see if the Beat Diggers jumped at all. That is Bailey Collins Landwehr, by the way, back to punt. So it'll be 4th down and 7. Dave, a great start for the Beat Diggers, not allowing a 1st down. And let me tell you, when you have that much time in and out of the pocket, it's almost automatically a 1st down at every level, and the Beat Diggers made the play.
We had great coverage. Nobody was open.
Randy Baker is the deep man. Collins Landwehr standing at his own 26-yard line awaiting the snap. It's a perfect one. Here comes the rush. He gets it off. A high end-over-end punt. It'll drop at the 31-yard line. Almost hit a beat digger. And it'll be downed at the 30-yard line by Cameron Maxey. So that punt goes for about 33 yards. Beat Digger starting lineup brought to you by Blodorn Lumber. You can browse the virtual showroom, view the current sales, complete a credit application, and shop the entire inventory online. That's Blodorn Lumber. The Beat Diggers have the football at their own 30-yard line. 9:56 to go in the opening quarter. We're on 10-10 as well as B106. If we lose the 10-10 signal, defer over to B106, or we've got the game for you as well. Kyle Rosenbrock is the quarterback. Michael Gutierrez in the backfield along with Randy Baker. We'll set up the line momentarily from the 30-yard line. There's the handoff to Baker. Left side gets tripped up, breaks out of a tackle across the 30-yard line. The ball is loose, but he was down at the 35-yard line as Evan France, the 5'11", 200-pound senior linebacker, makes the play. Not bad considering. Could have been a 1-yard loss. It's a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5 for Brush with Tristan Teeter, Jacob Nichols, Maverick Seawald, Joe Carwin, Jose Rodriguez on that line. Kalen Brandt is one of those receivers out there for the Beat Diggers. Nico Guzman also a receiver. The Beat Diggers, Jake Brown, a senior, can also catch some passes. 2nd down and 5 to go for the Beat Diggers, with the football sitting at their own 35-yard line. Rosenbrock awaits the snap with Gutierrez in motion to the right, and there's the pitch right to Eddie Arriba, swinging it to the outside, and he cannot break out of a tackle. He's down at the line of scrimmage as there was penetration over there by Parker Gilliland. Only a sophomore. 3rd and 5, Dave, just a little bit more burst, and he might have had a first down.
Yeah, we pulled a guard out there to try to get some blocking, but Platte Valley showed a lot of speed with their outside linebacker. He was able to just outrun that block and turn Eddie back in and just stop the play.
8:38 to go in the opening quarter. No score. Platte Valley went 3 and out. The Beat Diggers face a 3rd down and a short 6 with the ball just shy of the 35-yard line. 3 in the backfield. Receivers split left and right. Rosenbrock under center with a man in motion to the left. That's Alec Peterson. And Rosenbrock on the option left takes off with the football. He's going to hit the left sideline. First down across the 40, still on his feet. And he's down across the 50, maybe to the 49-yard line. Strong run by Kyle Rosenbrock, who had a seam, got a block, and was able to pick up 15 yards for the Beat Diggers.
Yeah, he ran that thing to the wide side of the field and just turned on the afterburners. Platte Valley's been in a 6-man front so far. They got 6 guys up there on the line of scrimmage and 2 linebackers. So as long as they're going to play that run in between the tackles, it should open up our outside game. 1st and
10 for the Beat Diggers at the 50-yard line, just past the 50 on the Platte Valley side of the field. Lining up on that left hash mark. 3 in the backfield once again. Rosenbrock will hand it off on the counter right there to Randy Baker. He slips out of a tackle, and he's to the 40-yard line, close to a first down, running hard. A gain of 10 for Baker. I believe he's just going to be short. Even better, that'll be 2nd down and a foot, but we'll still give Baker 10 yards for the Beat Diggers.
Diggers just ran that trap and just running right at the strength of the Broncos. Like I said, they got 6 guys up there on the line of scrimmage, 2 linebackers that are basically lined up across from the guards. We just ran right at him and beat him with the trap.
Yeah, and I saw one back going the other way. I thought he had the football, and yet it was right to Baker. 2nd down, about a foot to go at the Platte Valley 40-yard line. No score. 1 versus 2 here from Beat Digger Stadium. And Rosenbrock is back to throw. Over the middle, the pass is going to be, is it intercepted? It is. Parker Gilliland picks it up right off the ground at the 32-yard line. On a 2nd and short, and the Beat Diggers have committed a turnover on their first drive, something they cannot do against the number 1 ranked team in Class 2A.
No, when Kyle threw the ball, I think he was expecting our receiver to turn the other way, and our receiver turned to the outside. There was no Beat Diggers in the area. It went right to Gilliland.
So Gilliland comes up with a pick, and Platte Valley's got the football 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. If you lose a turnover battle, Dave, forget about it in this game. Out of a shotgun is Sitzman. Creech is the lone setback, has the football. 3-step drop, looking, throws right side, passes incomplete. Behind the intended receiver at the 38-yard line, Alec Peterson broke up the play. Cameron Maxey was the intended receiver. 2nd down and 10. Hometown service in a High Plains Bank, 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins.
We just about came up with our own interception right there.
Second down and 10 for the Platte Valley Broncos with that football at the 32-yard line. Again, in a shotgun is Sitzman. This time he'll hand it off to Creech right up the middle. He dives across the 35 to the 36. Looks like Joe Carr went in on the ankles. Randy Baker got a piece of the ball carrier. Gain of 4. Third down and 6 to go. Dave, you wonder why in the early going either team is even attempting to throw unless it's a third and long, because the running games have worked for both teams, but a 3-and-out for Platte Valley. Off a third down incompletion on their first drive, the Beediggers throw an interception. 3rd and 6. Sitzman on the option right. He'll take off with the football after the fake pitch across the 45. First down along the right sideline to the 43-yard line. And that fake drew the Beedigger defense going the wrong way. And it's an excellent gainer there for Logan Sitzman as he picks up 21 yards.
So 23 yards on 2 carries. That was a good fake option over on that side. He almost stopped, and he had the ball in his right hand. It wasn't in 2 hands. He had it in his right hand and made that fake. It just froze our digger, and he just tucked it away and ran.
1st and 10. That ball just inside the Brush 43-yard line. Sitzman back to throw. Sets up, throws deep over the middle. Passes incomplete. Just off the hands of the intended receiver at the 19-yard line. Not the 9, the 19. And that was Daniel France. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Well covered, though, on that play.
Yeah, we were about a step behind him. It was a good throw, just a little bit too high for him, but it was probably one that France probably should have caught.
6:37 to go in the opening quarter. No score between Brush and Platte Valley. The Broncos on their second possession. 2nd down and 10. That ball's just shy of the 42-yard line. Sitzman is going to keep it to the right side across the 35. First down along the sideline. He's got 1 to beat, and Alec Peterson cuts it back to the inside to the 5. That's a touchdown for Logan Sitzman. 43 yards away, and Platte Valley is in the lead 6-0.
Yep, again, it was sort of an option look where he put the ball in the belly of Creech, who was running the dive over on the right side, and he just made his read. As soon as it came open, he pulled the ball back out, and Sitzman kept it, ran around the corner. But, he's really fast. He showed some strength breaking some tackles over there.
Well, we know that Bailey Collins Langware is automatic. 43-yard run by Sitzman. And the extra point to be attempted. This guy's one of the best kickers in the state. We saw what he did last year. Everything kicked out of the back of the end zone. The extra point is up. He booms that right through. 6:28 to go, opening quarter. Platte Valley 7, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR. Morgan County's B106 and KSIR.com. All right, that was a 5-play, 68-yard drive. In 1 minute and 2 seconds, Logan Sitzman, 43-yard run. PAT was good. And it's a 7-0 lead. Of course, we'll have Twitter updates on KSIR Sports. Follow us on Twitter at KSIR Sports. As Collins Langware to kick it off. Doubt the Beediggers will get a return here. And this guy, like I mentioned earlier, quite the leg. Even on that extra point. And he kicks that ball off high and deep and out of the back of the end zone. Well over the head of Kyle Rosenbrock. Dave, what a luxury that is.
That pylon that lines up with the hash marks in the back of the end zone? The ball almost hit it in the air. That was probably one of the best kicks I've ever seen in high school. I don't know if I've ever seen a kicker kick it in the air out of the back of the end zone.
Well, he sent me an email, Bailey Collins Langware, 1 year ago, praising us for complimenting him. But you know what? He certainly earned it. 1st and 10 for Brush with the football at their own 20-yard line. And there's the give right up the middle, a short gain to the 22, maybe the 23. That is Mikey Gutierrez. And they'll give him 3. Not bad for Gutierrez. As the tackle was made over there by Wyatt Meeker. 2nd down and 7.
That was just a quick dive over the left side, so it was more like a 25.
Beat Diggers up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 7 to go from their own 23. 3 in the backfield. And there's the give to Baker left side, and he's across the 25, still driving his way to the 27. Took about 3 Broncos to bring him down to the ground. A gain of 4 for Randy Baker. It is 3rd down and 3 to go. That's what the Beat Diggers have got to keep doing. 3rd and a short 3.
Yep, I agree with you. You know, they're having some pretty decent luck running against this huge defensive line of Platte Valley, but we're running it right at them for 3-4 yards a carry.
The Beat Diggers now face a 3rd down and 3 situation. The ball at their own 27-yard line. 5:20 to go in the opening quarter from Beat Digger Stadium. Platte Valley on Logan Sitzman's 43-yard run leads the game by a score of 7-0. Alec Peterson is in motion to the left. Rosenbrock is going to hand it off on the right side. Mikey Gutierrez is swallowed up for a loss of half a yard. Penetration over there by a couple of Broncos, including Wyatt Meeker once again. No gain. 4th down and 3. The Beat Diggers will have to punt. We know this Platte Valley defense allowed 14 points to defending state champion Ken Denver and that junior running back Jaden Franklin in week 1. So they're going to be tough to run through and run against.
They got 6 guys up there on that line of scrimmage, and then they blitzed the linebacker on this side. They got lucky and blitzed right into where we were running the ball.
Kyle Rosenbrock to punt, standing at his own 13-yard line. The snap a little bit high, but he gets it off towards the sideline. A beautiful high punt. A fair catch is called, but it goes over the head of Cameron Maxey. Takes a Beat Digger roll, and it's down at the 15-yard line by Jake Brown. So that's a punt of 58 yards with a roll by Kyle Rosenbrock.
So we just talked about what a great kick we just saw. That might have been one of the best high school punts I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, the Beat Diggers needed that badly, Dave, as we mentioned earlier. Can't lose the battle of field position with 4:14 to go in the opening quarter. Platte Valley leading Brush 7-0. You can follow us on Twitter at KSIR Sports. We have updates by every scoring change, via every scoring change, and after every quarter. So if you're listening right now, also if you're listening on 1010 and the signal happens to fade out, you can catch us on Morgan County's B106. We had flood damage to our KSIR transmitter, still in repair. But we're on Morgan County's B106 and KSIR.com out of a shotgun. And Sitzman will keep it right up the middle. He's swallowed up, maybe after a gain of 1. Maverick Seawald right there at the line of scrimmage. Looks like nothing for Logan Sitzman. 2nd down and 10 to go for Platte Valley.
It was a good fake, though. I didn't know for sure who had the ball. It's a good thing Maverick Seawald was so disciplined because he stayed right there and he made the tackle on the quarterback. That's what we're going to have to do against this option team.
No huddle offense for Platte Valley. 2nd and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Platte Valley 7, Brush nothing. Again, Sitzman out of a shotgun. Drops the ball. It's loose, and he jumps on it. Dives on the ball at the 12-yard line. It was a perfect snap. He stepped back a little bit too early. A loss of 3 by Sitzman and the Broncos. It's 3rd down and 13. This is where the Beat Digger pass rush has got to improve a little bit because the secondary has played extremely well. But now at 3rd and 13 for the 12-yard line, approaching the 3:15 mark. Time to make a play for the Beat Digger defense. 2 receivers split each side. Caleb Creech is the lone setback. Sitzman barking out the signals. A Beat Digger jump, no whistle, rolling to his right. Sitzman now is going to backtrack. He's going to be sacked! Sacked at about the 2-yard line. With all types of penetration by the Beat Diggers. That was a classic pass rush. Maverick Seawald was in on the play. But it looked like Kalen Brandt also got back there for a piece of the sack, and that's a loss of 10 yards. It'll be 4th down and 23. Collins Landwehr in the back of the end zone will punt for Platte Valley. And Rosenbrock, check that Baker at the 43-yard line of Platte Valley. Collins Landwehr awaiting the snap. Let's see the Beat Diggers come with pressure. Perfect snap, little pressure, and a gorgeous punt. It'll be fielded by Baker at the 42, drops the football, picks it back up, and he's down at the 41. Don't know if he had much daylight anyway. The first Bronco in on special teams with Jacob Smith. So a punt of 40 yards, a return of 1. But Brush has what they want. Outstanding field position at the Platte Valley 41-yard line with 2:18 to go in the opening quarter. And the Beat Diggers trailing 7-0.
Hey, you know what? We're coming out in that double-tight offense, running that T. It's a power game, and we're running right at those big guys and having a lot of luck. boys just got to settle down, get some consistency.
1st and 10 for Brush at the Platte Valley 41-yard line, looking for the game-tying touchdown on this drive. 3 in the backfield. In motion to the left is Alec Peterson. Rosenbrock on the option left, looking for a block. He's got running room out there. Waits for a block from Carwin along the sideline to the 35. A first down, still on his feet, and he's down inside the 20, all the way down to about the 15-yard line, maybe the 16. Let's see what they give him. Either way, Kyle Rosenbrock with a nifty run and a Beat Digger first down. They're still spotting the football along the far sideline, and it's down to the 15. It's a gain of 26 for Kyle Rosenbrock.
You know, he didn't ever turn on the afterburners, did he? He was really patient and kind of set his blocks up, and that was a perfect call Coach Dreitz and Coach Schwint made, because Platte Valley had 7 guys up there on the line of scrimmage and 2 linebackers. There just wasn't anybody left out there to make the play. We had them all trapped inside, and here they are again, all on the inside.
On the left hash mark from the Platte Valley 15-yard line. In motion to the right this time is Peterson on 1st and 10. Handoff. Baker left side inside the 15. Still on his feet to the 10. Back to the inside of the 5. Touchdown Randy Baker with another nifty move by the senior tailback. He scores from 15 yards out. And the Beat Diggers draw to within 1. It's 7-6 Platte Valley.
There's some trickery there. You know, the Platte Valley was showing Rosenbrock some respect. He had a couple of kids come with him over here on the fake. But I'll tell you what, Brush made it look like the same play over here to this other side. They just handed that crossbuck back in the other direction.
Now the all-important extra point. Javier Munoz to attempt it for the Beat Diggers. Off the hold of Ryan Hirschfeld. The snap is low. The kick is up very low. And it got to the back line of the end zone. Had no trajectory at all. 1:38 to go. First quarter, Platte Valley 7, Brush 6 on 1010 KSIR, B106 and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers scoring a 15-yard run by Randy Baker. That was a 2-play drive covering 41 yards in about 40-some-odd seconds there. As the Beat Diggers draw to within 1, it's 7-6, a minute 38 to go. And the opening quarter. And this kick by Fierro high and fairly deep, fielded at the 7-yard line, running left across the 15 to the 20, diving to the 25 for Platte Valley is Colt McDaniels, trying to say Kyle and Colt at the same time before the tackle was made. Return of 25 yards. And Platte Valley has the football at their own 30, trailing 7-6 are the Beat Diggers in this game, and Platte Valley right up to the line of scrimmage.
Platte Valley had some trickery on that return. They had their middle guy that was in the back. He turned around and faced the other direction, and McDaniel ran up there and acted like he handed him the ball. So they had some fake handoffs going on there. So the Diggers going to have to be ready.
Out of a shotgun is Logan Sitzman, and he's going to hand a football off. Big hole up the middle, a first down, still on his feet across the 40 to the 44 for Platte Valley. Certainly not a number. Jacob Smith wearing the number 81. You don't always see that on somebody carrying the football right up the gut, but a gain of 14. And Mikey Gutierrez made the tackle, and that is a Platte Valley first down.
I'll tell you what, he ran with some speed there, didn't he? He hit the line like a slingshot. That was more speed than we've seen tonight.
Again, no huddle out of a shotgun. Sitzman has the football, will hand it up, stutter stepping right there at the line of scrimmage is Smith. Then he's picked up and thrown down. A wrestling maneuver there. Chase Klein in there, but it was Kalen Brandt who made the play. Now we'll call it a gain of 3. That'll be 2nd down and 7 to go for Platte Valley.
Had some good team tackling there. The Diggers are still coming out with the 4-man front, and then what they do is right before Platte Valley snaps the ball, our guys are stemming, so they're moving. Our defensive line moves around a little bit to try to disrupt the blocking of the Broncos.
Sitzman will take off with the football, running left. He's across the 50. Then he stood up at the 49. But again, a pretty good gain there for Sitzman. Gain of 5. Kalen Brandt makes another tackle. He's all over the football field. That'll be 3rd down. We'll call it about 3 there for Platte Valley at the Beat Digger 49-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Out of the 14 plays, Sitzman's either thrown the ball or run the ball 9 times.
14 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 3rd down and 3. Sitzman back to throw. Heaves it up the left sideline. A man is out there. It is dropped off the fingertips at the 17-yard line of Daniel France. He had the Beat Digger defender beaten. It'll be 4th down and 3 at the 49. Let's see if Platte Valley goes for it with 7.3 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Looks like the punt unit is coming out, but the Beat Diggers on the defensive line have got to be disciplined here. Don't even try to move. Wait for that ball to be punted because you're not going to get good field position anyway unless you're playing for the block, which I'm sure they're not.
Yeah, you can imagine Platte Valley's going to come out and do like they did last time and maybe just bark out a bunch of huts. See if they can get us to jump off sides.
Again, follow us on Twitter at KSIR Sports. Collins Landwehr standing at his own 37-yard line. Baker at his own 15 for Brush. And there's a short snap. There's a cross handoff and hit in the backfield and falling down there was McDaniel. Kyle Rosenbrock off the short snap and the handoff to McDaniel threw him for a loss back to the 48-yard line, a loss of 3. And the Beat Diggers have great field position with 6.4 seconds to go in the opening quarter off that fake, that unsuccessful fake by Platte Valley.
I'll tell you what, Platte Valley's showing no respect for our offense.
Not there.
I'll tell you what, I hope we can come out here and put a series of plays together and make them give us a little credit.
1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers, trailing by 1 at the Platte Valley 48-yard line. This should be the final play of quarter number 1. 2 in the backfield. 1 receiver to the right. Rosenbrock will hand it off right up the gut to Baker. He's got a hole across the 40. Stutter stepping to the right side of the 35, along the sideline to the 25. And a first down for Randy Baker. Beat Diggers dominated the line of scrimmage there. Inside the 25 to the 23. It's a gain of 25 yards. And a Beat Digger first down, the end of the first quarter. It's Platte Valley 7, Brush 6 on 1010 KSIR, Morgan County's B106. And KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urich from Beat Digger Stadium, where the Beat Diggers trail the Platte Valley Broncos 7-6 going into the second quarter. But after Platte Valley's touchdown by Logan Sitzman from 43 yards away, the Beat Diggers, Dave, have taken control of this one. Randy Baker from 15 yards out. Beat Diggers make a big play on special teams. Really, it wasn't special teams. It was a fake punt. But I guess you could consider it special teams and a 25-yard run here by Randy Baker at the end of the first quarter.
You know, it's just crazy. I can't believe that Platte Valley came out and did that on the 50 in the first quarter, you know, faking a punt when they really didn't even need to. Showing no respect. I'm glad the Diggers are able to capitalize on it so far.
1st and 10 for Brush at the Platte Valley 23-yard line. Rosenbrock will hand it off right up the middle and a decent gain, still driving inside the 20 to about the 16. That might have been the junior Mikey Gutierrez. And it was. Caleb Creech made the tackle. Well, that's a gain of close to 6. He's 2nd down and 4 to go. Dave, this offensive line for Brush is certainly playing their A game right now.
Hey, right there, Mikey Gutierrez was stood up after about a yard, but Tristan Teeter, our center, came behind and he pushed the pile forward 3 more yards. So he's fighting for those extra yards as well.
2nd down and 4 to go for the Platte Valley 17-yard line. In motion to the left is Peterson. Rosenbrock on the option left. He's got a seam to the outside. He's to the 15-yard line, cuts it back to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Kyle Rosenbrock, 17 yards away. He just needed 1 block there as the rest of the Platte Valley defense went the other way, and the Beat Diggers follow up a 2-play drive with a 3-play drive. They now lead Platte Valley by a score of 12-7.
That's going to be open all day long because Platte Valley's got a bad defensive scheme going now with 7 guys, 8 guys actually, in the box up there trying to stop that trap. But that's a big reason why that trap was so effective earlier. It worked for big yards, and now it works for big yards on the outside as they're worried about Baker running it.
Well, let's see the Beat Diggers, who are going for 2, can convert. 3 in the backfield. Rosenbrock will hand it off to the back on the left side and in for the 2 points. And that is Randy Baker. Everybody was going for Gutierrez, the up back. It was the deep back. Baker with a 2-point conversion. 11:09 to go, second quarter. Brush 14, Platte Valley 7 on 1010 KSIR, B106, and KSIR.com. Three plays for the Beat Diggers Only 48 yards. Kyle Rosenbrock from 17 yards away scores. 2-point conversion run by Baker was good. And the Bee Diggers now lead by a score of 14-7. Well, they've turned it around, Dave. This is a different team than the one that gave up that early touchdown to Logan Sitzman.
That's for sure. I'll tell you what, you got to give these coaches credit for the Diggers taking advantage of the lineup that Platte Valley's given them, and the Diggers are just exploiting it.
And that's a squib into the ground. It's going to be pounced on at the 36-yard line by one of the up men for the Broncos. And you know they're not going to a huddle here. They're going to get right up to the line of scrimmage.
You know, I think that squib kicking is a good idea. We haven't done a good job of covering these kick returns for a couple of years, really. It's a good job just getting it down there, keeping it on the ground where we can hopefully get them just to lay down on it.
Well, the field position is the only bad thing for the Bee Diggers, because right now Platte Valley's got some good field position at their own 36-yard line. Out of a shotgun is Sitzman, 1st and 10. Rush has scored 14 unanswered points. Sitzman will hand it off, and stutter stepping in the backfield, and being hit is Jacob Smith. And he fumbled the football, but I think it was after the whistle. His forward progress took him to the 38-yard line, a tough 2 yards for Smith. Rosenbrock was one of 2 or 3 Bee Diggers in on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8 to go for Platte Valley.
Yeah, the Diggers just held their ground right there. The Platte Valley Broncos, with all that size, you'd think they'd dominate that line of scrimmage, but they sure didn't on that play.
Shotgun for Sitzman on 2nd and 8. There is the pitch left to Smith along the sideline, and he's hit by Rosenbrock, whose helmet went flying right at the point of attack, and Rosenbrock got over there quickly and made a phenomenal play. Well, it's too bad he's going to have to leave the game for an equipment issue. Arnoldo Maltos Garcia will check in. You don't want to lose Rosenbrock for even one play, Dave. And the football right there, no gain for Smith. 3rd down and 8 at their own 38-yard line. 10 minutes to go, 2nd quarter. Brush 14, Platte Valley 7. Trips to the right. One setback for Platte Valley. Sitzman, a deep drop. Looking, setting up, throws deep over the middle of the passes. Caught! A diving reception, 1st down at the 40. Outstanding catch over there by Daniel France. And for Platte Valley, a gain of 22, and the sticks keep moving.
Yeah, just a post pattern over the middle. Tell you what, it was a perfect pass, wasn't it? Hit him right in the hands.
1st down and 10 for Platte Valley at the Brush 40-yard line. 2 receivers split each side. Out of a shotgun is Sitzman. Has the football. 3-step drop. Throws to his left. Wide open. Complete. Underneath. Breaking it. Tackles McDaniel across the 35. Goes out of bounds. Forced out of there by Arribas and Rosenbrock to the 33. It'll be a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3 to go.
That was a tough one to defend because it was more of a timing pattern. Sitzman actually threw it before McDaniel turned around.
2nd and 3 from the Bee Digger 33. Platte Valley looking to tie this game. And Sitzman will keep it left side. Tries to get around Gutierrez. Does. And it's out of bounds along the left sideline across the 30 to the 29, maybe the 28. Another 1st down for Platte Valley. And for Sitzman, a gain of 5.
So that takes him to 63 yards on 8 carries. If he had 66 yards after 3 carries, he got sacked a couple times for loss.
1st down and 10 for Platte Valley at the Brush 28-yard line. Sitzman on the option right will pitch it right. The ball is loose, but it's jumped on over there by the tailback for Platte Valley, and that is Evan France. Took a great hop to him. It'll be a loss of 1 back to the 29. 2nd down and 11. That was a good pitch by Sitzman. It was just misplayed over there by Evan France.
Yeah, just hit him right in the hands, but I think he was looking ahead, seeing Jake Brown and maybe Mikey Gutierrez out there standing in front of him.
Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan. Equitable savings and loan in Fort Morgan and Brush. There's the give right up the gut to France. He's got some yardage. Across the 30 to the 25. Might have gotten the 24. Jose Rodriguez and Maverick Seawald in on the play. Gets to the 24. Call that a gain of close to 5. 3rd down and about 6 to go for Platte Valley. More than likely, even though you've got a great field goal kicker, they might be thinking 4-down territory. Again, no huddle for Platte Valley. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. The outside receiver is Daniel France, who just caught a pass moments ago for a first down. Sitzman, play action, looking to throw, still looking, no pressure coming, rolls to his right, has room to throw, throws it deep towards the end zone, pass is incomplete, broken up at the 4-yard line on a solid hit by Nico Guzman. In midair, he took out the receiver for Platte Valley, Parker Gilliland. Dave, if there's no contact there by Guzman on a tremendous defensive play, it would have been a first down and maybe even a touchdown.
Sitzman set him up. He threw it so high. He had to jump way up in the air to try to catch the ball, and then it was still over his head. Nico, when he hit him, his feet flew out from underneath of him, and when his head hit, he actually kind of bent his back as he was landing on the ground.
Well, they're going for it. 4th and 6 for the Beat Digger. 24-yard line. Trips to the left. One receiver to the right. Sitzman back to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. The pass is going to be dropped. Dropped at the 3-yard line. Wide open was France. He was hit by Brown as he was catching the ball. Should have been caught. And the Beat Diggers have the ball. It's turned over on downs. Beat Diggers caught a break. And France is sitting down at the 3-yard line. He took a little bit of a pop there from Jake Brown.
Yeah, Jake tackled him from behind. He was right there when the ball got there, so it was a great defensive play. I'll tell you what, we're getting some pressure on Sitzman as well. Saw Kalen Brandt coming from this side.
I tell you, Dave, Kalen Brandt has played one heck of a game so far. He's been all over the field, and he's certainly helping the Beat Diggers' cause. If you're tired of the same old lunch and dinner menu, switch it up and pick up something new from the hot and cold deli selection. Stubbs Gas and Oil, great food at low prices. Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins. And I tell you what, that's a leg injury out there for France. Yep. He cannot put any weight. That might be an ankle injury. I don't think that was because of the hit, Dave. I think he just came down wrong. And Daniel France might be done for the remainder of the game. That looks pretty serious from this vantage point.
Could be. It really wasn't a hit that Jake put on him because Jake was actually behind him.
Right.
Jake just tackled him from behind, and it looked like his arms kind of slid down there around his knees as they went to the ground. So I don't know. He might have just slammed his knee on the ground real hard, or like you said, maybe sprained his ankle.
8:09 to go, second quarter. Brush 14, Platte Valley 7. Platte Valley with a 43-yard touchdown run by Logan Sitzman. Beat Diggers with a 15-yard scoring run by Randy Baker, 17 yards by Kyle Rosenbrock. And they do receive the second half kickoff if they can put together a lengthy drive. Trips in the backfield. 1st and 10 for Brush at their own 24. Handoff right side to Baker across the 25. And he's taken down close to the 30-yard line. Colt McDaniel made the play. Gain of 5 for Randy Baker. The Beat Diggers will take that every single time. 2nd down and 5 to go as Alec Peterson checks in for Eddie Arribas.
Randy's had runs of 5, 10, 4, 15, 25, 5. They're all traps mostly.
2nd down and 5 to go for the Beat Diggers at their own 29-yard line. No receivers in on this play. Now they've got Brown wide to the right. Rosenbrock will hand it off on the left side to Baker. Stutter steps, and he's down right there at the 29. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It was read by Jacob Smith for Platte Valley. Smith from his linebacker position. Well, actually got to the 30. They give him about half a yard. 3rd down, but we'll still call it about a long 4 to go for the Beat Diggers.
Yeah, Smith's lining up like a defensive end. He's an outside linebacker, but he's lining out wider, and he just got across the line so far. He had so much penetration that there's no way Randy could turn it up and make a cut.
3rd down and a long 4 for Brush. Receiver split each side. Gutierrez is in motion to the right. Rosenbrock with the option right will pitch it at the last second, swinging it as Baker to the outside. Then he spun down at the line of scrimmage. Way too much penetration there by the left side of that Platte Valley defensive line. It'll be 4th down and close to 5 to go for the Beat Diggers, and Kyle Rosenbrock and the Beat Diggers will have to punt.
Yeah, they definitely knew what to do with that option, didn't they? I imagine they run against that quite a bit, in their own practice field.
So Rosenbrock to punt. Let's see what Platte Valley sends deep to about the 30-yard line. Might be Cameron Maxey, it is. Rosenbrock unleashed a 58-yarder in the opening quarter. Awaiting the snap is Rosenbrock. And the Bee Diggers called a timeout because that play clock was running down. The timeout is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life, home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. And then coming up sometime tomorrow, we'll have some videos as well of Randy Baker's touchdown run to begin the game. We've got some videos for the last 2 games as well. Heck, for the last 5 years, we've got videos up there on KSIRsports.com, or you can go to our YouTube channel at KSIRB106. A reminder, if you're listening in right now on 1010 KSIR, we had some flood damage to the transmitter over the weekend, so we're not operating at full power. So if we happen to lose the signal, we are live as well on Morgan County's B106. That's 106.3 FM, as well as on the web at KSIR.com, and, of course, game replay to follow on all stations. So Rosenbrock to punt. Maxey is back with the Bee Diggers up 14-7, 5:51 to go second quarter. Yeah, passing has been limited in this game, and Dave will talk about that at halftime. Rosenbrock awaits the snap at his own 18-yard line. Perfect snap, a heavy rush, and Jacob Smith nearly got a piece of the football along the sideline, and not a very good punt for Rosenbrock. He had to get it off the right side of his foot because the rush was coming from Smith. And let's see where the ball's going to be spotted. But this is not a very effective punt for the Bee Diggers. They got to walk this thing up. They got to really walk it up. Let's see. They're close to the...
walking faster and faster.
Yeah. And right now, that ball's going to be spotted, I believe, at midfield. And that's it. A punt of 20 yards for Kyle Rosenbrock. But, Dave, I don't think he had any other choice.
No, they had 9 guys up there on the line of scrimmage to rush that. They were sending people, and our blocker on this side, he chose to block the outside guy, and Smith actually came up on the inside.
Trips to the right, 1st and 10 from midfield. Sitzman will keep the football up the middle across the 45. He breaks out of a tackle from Mikey Gutierrez, and Gutierrez brings him down along with another Bee Digger, but not before he gets to the 40-yard line, maybe the 39. They're right up to the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of 10 for Logan Sitzman and a first down for Platte Valley. Again, Sitzman directing the rest of his teammates as they haven't moved the sticks yet. I don't know why they haven't moved the sticks. Clearly a first down. Now they move the sticks.
I saw the white cap back there. He was finally signaling that first down from about 10 yards deep. I think that's what our flag guys were waiting for.
1st and 10 for Platte Valley at the Bee Digger 40-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Out of a shotgun, Sitzman back to throw. Little pressure. Rolls to his left. Pressure coming backside. He runs out of it. Kalen Brandt nearly had him. Sitzman takes off with the football, throws on the run. Wide open. Complete along the sideline at the 20. Breaking out of a tackle at the 15 is Jacob Smith. And then he's down at the 10. Kyle Rosenbrock tackles him from behind, but he had all types of time. And it's a gain of close to 30 yards. First down for Platte Valley.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Sitzman just made that play happen. Diggers had pretty good coverage. Rolls over there to the left side. He actually turns his back and spins out and runs all the way back over here towards the middle of the field to the right. Boy, that just opened his receivers up.
Ball's just shy of the 10-yard line. Out of a shotgun. There's the handoff to Creech. Left side still on his feet. And he backs his way inside the 5 to about the 3. He just carried Bee Digger defenders. We'll call that a gain of about 7. Joe Carwin made the play, but Platte Valley closing in on that goal line. 2nd down at the 3 for Platte Valley. Looks like they can still get a first down and a quarterback sneak for Sitzman, but he's held up, and now we've got a late flag. Let's see what this penalty is all about. He might have gotten to the 2, and that's about it. Dave, this game has been penalty-free, I believe, right up to this point. And the preliminary indication is against the Bee Diggers. I guess a blow to the head. That'll be a personal foul, half the distance. And a first down for Platte Valley. That football should be marked at the 1.5-yard line. Yeah, it's only half the distance. Yeah, we'll say the 1, just shy of the 1. First and goal for the Broncos. Should be pretty easy here. It's either Sitzman or Jacob Smith, the tailback. I don't think they're going to try anything too cute here. Sitzman out of a shotgun will hand it off to Smith, and he's hit right there by Rosenbrock in the backfield, and he loses a yard to the 2, maybe the 3. What a move by Rosenbrock. Got him right around the ankles, and Smith is thrown for a loss back at the 3-yard line. Second down and goal from that vantage point.
I'm not sure if Kyle was even on a blitz on that play. He just flew up there really quick. Did a good job of slicing through that offensive line.
Well, check that. It was not an automatic first down. It says second on the board. No, it's third down. That was not an automatic. Third down. Sitzman will roll to his right, and he's tackled by Rosenbrock from behind around the ankles. So it was not a first down after the personal foul, and he's thrown down at the 7-yard line. That's a loss of 4, and that's essentially a sack for Rosenbrock. He's made 2 incredible plays, Dave, here when Platte Valley was knocking on the door, and now it is fourth down, so my apologies. It was no first down after the personal foul. And now Bailey Collins Landwehr will attempt a field goal. He's an outstanding kicker. This will be a 24-yarder for the right hash. Off the hold of Logan Sitzman. Awaiting the snap. Long count. There's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is right down the middle by Bailey Collins Landwehr. 3:03 to go, second quarter. It's Platte Valley trailing Brush 14-10 on 1010 KSIR, B106, and KSIR.com. 6 plays, 43 yards in 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Bailey Collins Landwehr with a 24-yard field goal. And the Beat Diggers now lead the game by only a 14-10 count. But, Dave, that's pretty much a victory in my book.
You betcha. Our defense really came through this whole first half. Just holding Sitzman's amazing. They've got like 26 plays or 27 plays so far, and Sitzman's had it 17 of them. So we've basically zeroed in on him, and we're making the plays against a great athlete.
Now let's see if he kicks it off all the way, because Platte Valley knows the Beat Diggers received the second half kickoff. Can't take anything for granted here. They already faked a punt earlier in this game. And Bailey Collins Landwehr high and very deep. And Rosenbrock has it go over his head. Beat Diggers will have the football at their own 20-yard line. But, Dave, they cannot give the ball back to Platte Valley here with 3:03 to go before the break. Leading 14-10.
Yeah, I look for the Diggers to keep this thing on the ground if they can. Only thrown the ball once this first half. That was for the interception. Thrown a lot of interceptions so far this year.
Well, that's why, it's got to really be open, and I'm sure Kyle's learning from those plays. You have to learn from that. So 1st and 10 for Brush. Still waiting for play instructions from the sideline. They got to get up to that line of scrimmage, so they're not called for any penalty. 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the left. There's one setback. And Rosenbrock drops the football. It's loose. Did Rosenbrock jump on it? I think he did. As Mikey Gutierrez might have been able to take the handoff, but there was so much penetration, Dave. I think that's what caused the loose ball, and it's all the way back to the 12. It's a loss of 8, second down and 18, and somebody missed an assignment there for Brush.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there, I'll tell you what. As soon as Rosenbrock looked like as soon as the ball touched him, they were already 2 yards in our backfield, sending some linebackers blitzing right up the middle.
Second down and 18 to go for the Beat Diggers at their own 12-yard line. Need a big play right now to get out of this jam. One setback. There's the give. Right side to Gutierrez. Tries to break out of a tackle, and he's across the 15 and wrestled down at about the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. And it's a gain of close to 6. Well, they'll say 5. 3rd down and 13 for the Beat Diggers. And there's still plenty of time. Platte Valley's got all 3 timeouts with 1:58 to go before the break.
Platte Valley's starting to wise up a little bit defensively. They're not in that 7-man, 6-man front anymore. They're back up. They're in more of a 5-2 look, trying to get some linebackers in the action and slow that trap down.
3rd down and 13 to go for the Beat Diggers at their own 17-yard line. One receiver to the left. There was movement there by Platte Valley, but they did not cross the line of scrimmage. Rosenbrock on the option left, looks for a block, gets one from Peterson to the 20, along the sideline to the 22. Is going to cut it back across the field, reversing his field, trying to take it wide to the right. A stiff arm, and then he's down, taken down by McDaniels, and there's going to be a late flag. Might have been a face mask by Colt McDaniel at the 22-yard line. Let's see if that's the flag, because Rosenbrock was also throwing a stiff arm. So who got the other one's helmet? That's the question. Could be an offensive face mask.
Right. You're right. It could even be one of our guys that was actually might have caught one of their guys blocking in the back over there.
Well, no, it was at the end of the play. Rosenbrock either got McDaniel's face mask or McDaniels grabbed Rosenbrock's face mask. He was going for the first down, Dave, so he ran about 40 yards, but he only ran about 3 yards forward, maybe 4 yards, and the preliminary indication looks like this is going against Brush. That'll be a face mask, 5 yards against Rosenbrock.
Yep, that's that stiff arm.
So it's a 3-yard gain and then a 5-yard penalty at the end of the play. And, the Beat Diggers, if they can come up with an interception here when Platte Valley gets the ball back, because you assume they'll put the ball up with 1:24 to go. Brush 14, Platte Valley 10. Logan Sitzman with a 43-yard run to begin the game. And then the Beat Diggers countered on Randy Baker's 15-yard scoring run. They're going to decline it. I think that's what it is. So just a 3-yard gain by Rosenbrock. 4th down and 9 to go. And they got to neutralize this rush because Jacob Smith came up the middle. He almost blocked the punt. And what happened subsequently, it was only a 44-yard drive when they started from the 50-yard line. And Bailey Collins Landwehr nailed that 24-yard field goal. As we have a timeout on the field, we'll keep it right here. I think that might have been the Beat Diggers calling the timeout.
Nope, Platte Valley called the timeout.
All right, so that's good. So they've only got 2 remaining with 84 seconds to go. And Brush up by 4 points. And I think, Dave, when you look at this game as we approach halftime, it's turned out pretty much as anticipated, a tight game.
Yeah, it's a dogfight. Platte Valley, you were right about that block attempt. I think that's why Platte Valley called this timeout, because they did have 9 guys up there on the line of scrimmage again. They're going to be coming after Rosenbrock. They just have one guy back here deep. They have a corner out here on the Brush sideline, and they were even walking him in. And that Smith kid, number 81's over here, the wide guy up on the line already waiting for the Diggers to show up to punt the ball.
So Platte Valley's just called timeout. Big special teams play for Brush. Your one-stop center for home improvement projects, Ackley Building Center. Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. Your one-stop shop for flooring, paint, tools, appliances, and more. Ackley Building Center. We're live on 1010 KSIR as well as Morgan County's B106. Your best place to listen to this Beat Digger game is B106, since we're not operating at full capacity on KSIR due to flood damage to our transmitter over the weekend. Rosenbrock is standing at his own 7-yard line. You got to get off a great punt here. Awaiting the snap. There it is. A light rush. Line drive towards the Beat Digger bench. Bounces at the 45. Takes a Beat Digger roll inside the 50. And it's at the 47-yard line where it comes to a stop. A punt of 32 yards. And that's where Platte Valley has the ball with 1:15 to go before halftime. Trailing Brush 14-10. This is a critical moment in the game in terms of momentum going into the break.
Yep, it's huge with us getting the ball at halftime. On that play right there, Platte Valley, they looked like they were coming to blitz. As soon as we snapped the ball, they came fast, but they only got about 3 yards upfield, and then they all held back and tried to block. They were going to see if they could return it. But instead, they just made us hurry up our punt maybe a little bit more than we wanted to.
1st and 10 for Platte Valley. Shotgun formation. For Sitzman, back to throw. To his right, pass complete to Smith. He goes out of bounds. Across the 50, ridden out there by Mikey Gutierrez. At the 47-yard line. We'll call that a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 to go for Platte Valley. And the clock is stopped with 1:11 to go, so they still have plenty of time. They're going to say it's just inside the Beat Digger 48. On second down, Sitzman, three-step drop, looks, gets pressured up the middle, rolls out to his left, and then he's going to be taken down from behind right at the line of scrimmage, right at the 48, maybe a loss of a half a yard. Kalen Brand right there again. Maverick Seawald in on the play, and time not called by Platte Valley. Third down, and we'll call it now about 5 from the 48-yard line. 45 seconds to go. Sitzman, low snap, back to throw. Looking, still looking. Pressure coming. Brandt with the sack of Logan Sitzman at the 41. That's a loss of 11 yards. Make it 10 as they give them forward momentum to the 42. And now the Beat Diggers call a timeout with 31 and a half seconds to go. That timeout brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. I'm telling you, Brandt has played a tremendous game defensively so far.
You know what? We've always been proud of that in Brush, seeing different guys rise to the occasion. You know, a lot of depth and a lot of different people kicking in to win the big games. And you know what? A great time for Keelan Brandt to step up and have such a great defensive game because he has been tearing it up. I'll tell you what, their tackle just can't keep up with them.
What do you think, Dave? You go for the block here, you play conservative, because the only way it backfires if you go for the block is if Platte Valley fakes it. And they'll have somebody wide open somewhere. I don't think they would do that, considering right now you're looking at a 4th and 15 to go from their own 42, and they already tried to fake a punt to the opening quarter, and that was only a 4th and 2 or 3, and it backfired.
And Sitzman's not on the field right now, so they don't even have their best guy out there to make the play for them.
Bailey Collins Landwehr to punt. Beat Diggers have a bunch on the line of scrimmage. They have one back, and here comes the pressure up the middle, and Alec Peterson stayed away and did not want to rough the punter. The ball bounces inside the 50 to the 10. Get away from it, Randy Baker. He does, as the ball is down at about the 3. What a tremendous punt. I thought Baker was going to make a play on that ball. Dave, that punt went for 55 yards by Bailey Collins Landwehr. The Beat Diggers now, this is a no-brainer. You take a knee.
Yeah, you just got to wind that clock, let it run. I'll tell you what, we've seen some amazing kicking this game. Who would have thought that, you know, the kicking game was going to play such a huge factor in the field position?
1 versus 2. When you get 1 versus 2,
it comes down to special teams, doesn't it?
It can, sure. And we know that Platte Valley, they have the better kicker going into the game, and that's no knock on Javier Munoz. Bailey Collins Landwehr, he's being recruited by a few schools from what I understand, and has been recruited already. He's got a great leg. Let's see if Rosenbrock just takes a knee on 1st and 10 from their own 3-yard line. He's going to hand it off on the right side to Baker, and he's taken down hard as he crosses the 5, gets to the 10, the gain of 7. Colt McDaniel makes the play, and that should be the end of the opening half, as the Beat Diggers will not run up to the line of scrimmage and run another play. That's it. We're at the break in this Patriot League Classic, in the Patriot League opener from Beat Digger Stadium. With the score at the break, it's Brush 14, Platte Valley 10. You're listening to 1010 KSIR, Morgan County's B106, and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urich back at Beat Digger Stadium, as the Beat Diggers and Platte Valley Broncos are set momentarily to go to the third quarter, and Brush leads Platte Valley 14-10. 3 rushing touchdowns in this game, a 43-yarder by Logan Sitzman of Platte Valley. Beat Diggers have a 15-yarder from Randy Baker and a 17-yarder by Kyle Rosenbrock. Bailey Collins Landwehr with a 24-yard field goal, which made it a 14-10 game, which is where we sit right now at halftime. The Beat Diggers will receive the second half kickoff, and neither team in this game has grabbed a 2-possession lead. And with Platte Valley certainly having the affinity to throw the football, I think if they're down by a couple of possessions, that wouldn't faze them. We know that Brush cannot be in that position, Dave, because we know that for Brush to score, they've got big play capability, but all that big play capability in terms of what they've done so far is basically on the ground. So they've got to at least retain the lead, or if they fall behind only by 1 possession, can't be down by 2 possessions at any time here in the second half.
No, and You could look at that as being a good thing or a bad thing. I see it as a good thing because we know who we are. We like to run the football. We're good at running the football. We've been that way for years and years. Platte Valley, they're going to rely on the pass. The old adage about, 2 out of the 3 things that could happen are bad. I'd rather live by the run.
And the Beet Diggers have done a good job so far. Almost committed a second turnover when Platte Valley just stormed through on the right side of that defensive line. And as Rosenbrock was either going to fake a handoff or hand it off to Mikey Gutierrez, they broke through, and the ball rolled back several yards as the Beet Diggers lost 8 yards in the play. That was near the tail end of the opening half. So Brush has got to be very careful they don't miss an assignment. And there have been a couple of Beet Digger hits defensively that have made the difference as well. Nico Guzman taking out Daniel France on what would have been a first down, maybe a touchdown on a pass that was a little bit high, thrown by Logan Sitzman. And then Jake Brown with a pass breakup on another 4th down play. So Beet Diggers have played it close to the vest. You don't want to get to that 4th down situation with open receivers, but let's face it, there's a lot of pressure on that secondary because generating a pass rush at any level is not easy. And then covering receivers in a wide open offense, especially some tall receivers like a France and like a Jacob Smith, is not easy either.
That's right. But, the secondary has done a great job so far of making sure that, Sitzman doesn't have that easy pass where he's not seeing his first and second and third receiver, real quickly. But, I think the biggest thing was Nico Guzman's hit down there.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow, if you're a Platte Valley receiver, if Sitzman didn't put it right on the money, you'd think twice about even going for that thing.
Right. I mean,
he
sure.
jumped up in the air, and Nico just took his hips out from underneath him, broke his back. He bent his back the wrong way.
Well, they'll be thinking about it next time they go in that area, and that's exactly what you want to do if you're Brush, some element of intimidation. Not that you want to call Platte Valley a finesse team, but on offense, they operate off deception, off of fakes, and that's what normally happens with that's spread offense. With a spread offense, you're usually not as physical because you're spreading the field.
Yeah, and when you're a defensive player, that's your mentality, and you want to give those glory boys something to think about.
So the Beet Diggers will receive the second half kickoff, leading the Platte Valley Broncos 14-10 in this Patriot League opener. And the Beet Diggers really haven't had to generate long fields. Both of their scoring drives were essentially half a field or less than half a field. So we haven't seen the prototypical Brush offense like we saw, earlier this season. They had a couple of big drives against Ray, obviously, and had one significant long drive. In fact, a few significant long drives against Fort Morgan. The problem is that the Beet Diggers, for the most part in that game, were atrocious in the red zone. They had to score on special teams. They had a 90-yard run by Rosenbrock, but there were 3 separate drives. They drove right down the field against Fort Morgan. They got stuck in the red zone. Now, they've done a better job tonight because both of those touchdowns were red zone touchdowns. Again, Baker from 15 yards away and Kyle Rosenbrock on the option play taking off with the football from 17 yards out. Rosenbrock is back deep to receive. That more than likely will be a simple formality because Bailey Collins Landwehr can kick the football about close to 70 yards in the air.
The Diggers are all up here close, like they're anticipating a possible onside kick. That's because Platte Valley in their kickoff formation, they line up, they're in a bunch, they're in the middle, and they all kind of hang out like they're going to onside kick it right down the middle. They clap their hands, then they spread out.
Collins Landwehr has his right hand in the air, drops it, runs up to the football, and he will boot this high and very deep in the back of the end zone. To no surprise, the Beet Diggers will begin from their own 20-yard line. 14-10 Brush, opening drive of quarter number 3. And this could be the season. The next 24 minutes could be the season when we look at this 5 weeks from now during that regular season finale.
This drive right here, this is important.
Well, this is the table setter for perhaps the entire second half. The 1st and 10 for the Bee Diggers at their own 20-yard line. You anticipate the Bee Diggers trying to shorten this game in the second half, which means plenty of running of the football. Baker and Gutierrez in the backfield. Peterson is in motion to the right. Rosenbrock will hand it off right up the middle, and a big hole for Gutierrez across the 40-yard line to the 50, up the right side to the 30. Gutierrez down to the 20, being chased from behind. 5. He's tackled, but he scores. Mikey Gutierrez goes 80 yards, and the Bee Diggers on the first play from scrimmage in the second half lead the Platte Valley Broncos 20-10. Holy mahungus.
You know, the Diggers just come out running that wing T offense that they've run for years. Ran the ball right up the gut. Again, trapping a bunch of those Broncos up there on the line of scrimmage and caught them looking around. You know, Broncos aren't reading their keys. They're trying to follow all those awesome fakes the Diggers got going, and Mikey took advantage of it.
We said they got big play capability, but it's on the ground. But that still stunned me. I didn't think that was going to happen.
I didn't either.
To begin that third quarter. So here we go. Let's see if Javier Munoz can get some trajectory here on the extra point. Off the hold of Ryan Hirschfeld. Awaiting the snap is the senior placeholder. Perfect snap. The kick is up. That looks better. It is inside the left upright. It's good. 11:47 to go in the third quarter. Brush 21, Platte Valley 10 on 1010 KSIR, Morgan County's B106 and KSIR.com. Well, stunner right out of the gate. Mikey Gutierrez, 80 yards on the opening play from scrimmage in the third quarter.
All the Diggers did was that was just a dive on the right side. So all the Digger fans at home, the 24.
And the Bee Diggers now lead by a score of 21-10. Now again, special teams. Let's see how the Bee Diggers do on special teams. Low line drive kick. It take a wild hop, and it's fielded at the 12-yard line to the right side across the 15 to the 20. At the 30-yard line, still on his feet, cutting it back in. Across the 40 to about the 43 is Logan Sitzman. So a very good return. Mikey Gutierrez made the tackle, but Platte Valley counters there with some pretty good field position. That drive took 13 seconds for Brush. That's how long it took for Gutierrez to go the distance. 1st and 10 for the 42-yard line for Platte Valley. They're right up to the line of scrimmage. Out of a shotgun is Logan Sitzman. Awaiting the snap. Has the football, and he'll hand it off on the right side. A very short gain to the 45, I believe. That is Jacob Smith. Maverick Seawald was right there along with Joe Carwin. 2nd down, and 8 to go for Platte Valley.
The Diggers still in that 4-man front on defense. 3 linebackers.
On 2nd down, and 8 to go from the 45. Sitzman this time will hand it off, and Creech is hit right at the line of scrimmage by Randy Baker. There's a late flag along the Platte Valley sideline, and it looks like it might be a hold against Platte Valley.
You know, it was kind of a delayed play, wasn't it? Because you saw Baker come up from his linebacker. He stood here and waited, and then all of a sudden Creech just came over here and ran right into him.
And that is a hold against Platte Valley. They're going to take them back and pin them. It should be 10 yards for the line of scrimmage unless that penalty was committed in the backfield. It's back at the 34-yard line. So for Platte Valley, that'll be a 2nd down and 19 to go. 2nd and 19 for the 34. 10:59 to go, third quarter. Brush 21, Platte Valley 10. Sitzman out of his shotgun. Back to throw. Pressure coming. He takes off with the football, and he's going to be sacked at the 31. A couple of Bee Diggers collapsed right in on Logan Sitzman. Seawald and Carwin threw him down for a loss of 3. 3rd and 22. Hey, this pass rush, very impressive tonight, no doubt about it. They've got to get to the 47-yard line. They're at their own 31. First Beat Digger score of the game tonight brought to you by MMI International. Outperforming their competitors hands down for craftsmanship and service. 842-5161, MMI International. Sitzman on the option left. He pitches it last second, and then Alec Peterson and other Beat Diggers bring down the ball carrier at the 34. Sitzman is hurt. He took a pop as he pitched that football. Caleb Creech was the ball carrier. It'll be a gain of 3. 4th down and 19 at the 34-yard line. And that defense for Brush is just smothering right now.
Yeah, they run that option, and I'll tell you what, Rosenbrock just pelted him. And then right before he got drilled, he pitched the ball out there. We had 2 guys there to cover the pitch man. A lot of times in high school, that's a hard thing to do, is to cover that option.
Okay, Bailey Collins Landwehr to punt. Not impossible to turn a 56-point loss into a victory. Beat Diggers still have some work to do with 9:49 to go, leading 21-10. Randy Baker's the deep man. It's 4th down. With the football at their own 34-yard line. 4th and 19, perfect snap. Here comes the rush, and it's blocked! The ball is blocked by Kalen Brandt, and it is loose, and the Beat Diggers fall on the football at about the 19-yard line. It looked like Brandt blocked it. And the Beat Diggers have the football. They're wrestling for it, but it really doesn't matter as Chase Klein comes away with it, but Brush is in the red zone off another special teams play.
They didn't send everybody on that block either. I watched a couple of the guys just stand their guy up and try to block for the return, but we sent the guys on the outside, and I'll tell you what, they just got in there. They're just doing a good job of fighting past those blocks and shedding them.
Dave, I'm telling you, all the Beat Diggers needed was to absorb that early touchdown. Since then, they've really controlled this game. 1st and 10 for Brush at the Platte Valley 18-yard line. And it looked to me like it was Kalen Brandt with that block. 3 in the backfield, Baker, Peterson, and Gutierrez, who scored on Brush's last play from scrimmage, an 80-yard run. Baker's in motion to the left. And Rosenbrock will hand it off to Gutierrez. Up the middle, breaks out of a tackle across the 15 to about the 12. For Mikey Gutierrez, a gain of 6. Or he was tackled by Caleb Creech. 2nd down and 4. You know what the Beat Diggers are saying, Dave? This is our house.
That's absolutely right. That time it was just a dive over on the left side. Same play he just ran that 80-yard touchdown on, only to the other side.
2nd down and 4 to go for Brush. They could really deflate Platte Valley emotionally, even though we're less than 3 minutes into the second half. And the Beat Diggers up 21-10. Just hold on to the football and dominate that line of scrimmage, and you might be able to extend the lead here. On 2nd and 4, in motion to the left is Peterson. Rosenbrock from the 12 turns, and he hands it off to the left side, and a short gain for Baker, maybe a yard to the 11. Creech in on the play. They stop the clock. There's a Bronco getting up very slowly as the ball's placed at about the 11. Gain of 1. There's a Bronco limping badly off the field. That's Drew Neuerberg, maybe. Nope, check that. That's Wyatt Meeker. Either way, for the Beat Diggers, they will face a 3rd down, and we'll call it 3. That football just inside the Platte Valley 11. Yeah, that was simply an injury timeout. With 8:41 to go in the 3rd. Dave, I got to tell you, we've been calling games on 10-10 since 97. My first year was 98. That's the 2nd block punt that I remember. The first by Matt Manier and the crew there, 2002, when Brush defeated Fort Morgan 21-0, and that was right here in Brush. 3rd down and 3 inside the 11. Gutierrez in motion to the right, and now we have a stoppage. And Randy Dreitz has called a timeout for the Beat Diggers, brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. It seems that Coach Dreitz, when he calls timeouts, when the Beat Diggers have the football in the red zone, has a knack for something that he sees wrong and seems to correct it before disaster strikes.
Yep, and I like the fact that we've heard him over the years so many times, talks about how he went out and asked his players what they thought. Because a lot of times, a guy forgets that, they're the ones on the field. They're the ones that knows what's working, and they know, who they can beat. And so I think it's pretty neat that he has the input of his players.
3rd and 3 for the Beat Diggers at the Platte Valley 11-yard line. This third quarter started with an 80-yard run right up the gut by Mikey Gutierrez. And Platte Valley wanted to go 3 and out, but on that fourth play, a block punt by Kalen Brent gave the football to Brush at the 19-yard line. Check at the 18. And now we have 3rd and 3. This is 4-down territory for the Beat Diggers. With that football just inside the 11. On 3rd down, Rosenbrock is going to turn. He'll hand it off to Baker, and he is thrown down for a loss. At the 15-yard line, not even close. Colt McDaniel made the play. I don't know how they gave Baker a loss of only 2 there because he looked like he was down at the 15. They're going to say the 13. Beat Diggers will go for it with a loss of a couple of yards. 4th down and 5 to go from the 13-yard line. The Beat Diggers leading by 11 with 7:43 to go. Third quarter will go for it. This could be a little bit of a momentum turner for Platte Valley. 3 in the backfield. Receivers split left and right. On 4th and 5 from the 13. In motion to the right is Gutierrez. Rosenbrock on the option right. Will pitch it behind the running back Baker. The ball is loose and Platte Valley falls on it at the 20-yard line. Didn't matter anyway because he wouldn't have gotten a first down. Rosenbrock was accounted for, so was Baker. It's simply a loss of 7 yards, and Platte Valley takes over on downs.
Not really a harm there. Kind of close to that red zone for us, but this is one of those things where we ran out of sideline a little bit. Rosenbrock's trying to make a play, running it to the short side of the field, trying to keep it away from that Platte Valley bench, and just kind of squoze the whole play down.
Could have been a backbreaker. Now the Beat Diggers have got to keep doing it on defense. 1st and 10 for Platte Valley at their own 20-yard line. Sitzman out of a shotgun. Has the football. Turns, hands it off to Caleb Creech up the right side. Across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Maverick Seawald and Nico Guzman with a piece of the ball carrier, but it's a gain of 7 for Caleb Creech, 2nd down and 3.
That takes him to 28 yards on 7 carries.
And, Sitzman out of the game right now. He got hurt, so it's Tanner Schwint. Tanner Schwint in a shotgun formation. Hand off to Creech up the middle. 1st down across the 30 to the 34, gain of 7. Yeah, thanks to Paul Acosta. He noted that because Mikey Gutierrez made the tackle. So it's 1st and 10 with Tanner Schwint now at quarterback. So Sitzman, he took that pop, Dave, from Rosenbrock. And now that's going to limit their passing game. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. On 1st down, Schwint is back to throw. Looks left, throws left, wide open, incomplete, a little bit high, and off the hands of the intended receiver at the 40-yard line. And that is Parker Gilliland, who is slow to get up, and now he's not getting up. He's clutching his left knee. He has to go to the sideline. And Schwint, only a 5'9", 145-pound sophomore with very little experience, as opposed to Sitzman. And he might have taken that in the ribs, Dave, for Sitzman, because he did not get up very quickly when he was tackled earlier on that last drive. 2nd down and 10 for Platte Valley at their own 34-yard line. 6.5 to go in the third. Brush 21, Platte Valley 10. Handoff to Smith, right side, nothing. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Beat Diggers read that easily. Tackle was made over there by Jose Rodriguez. 3rd down and 10. Dave, you eliminate your starting quarterback from this situation, that changes everything.
Well, it's the same guy that had a total of 21 of their 32 plays. They took 2/3 of their offense off the field.
3rd and 10 from the 34. There's the give on the right side. Smith has got a hole across the 40. 1st down to the 45, and he runs into a Beat Digger at the 50-yard line. Nico Guzman makes the tackle, but it's a gain of 16 and a 1st down, and Brush got totally fooled on that play. They were anticipating a pass.
Yep, they didn't. And Platte Valley's not going to throw the ball if they're not confident in their quarterback's throwing ability. But I'll tell you what, Smith did a great job there. He's got 9 carries now for a total of 42 yards, but he showed a lot of speed there.
out of a shotgun from the 50-yard line. 1st and 10. Schwent. The ball is loose, and the hand up to Caleb Creech. I think Creech got back on the ball somehow, even though it rolled forward to the 47. That'll amount to a 3-yard gain. And Platte Valley caught a huge break there. 2nd down and 7 to go. That could have been disastrous for Platte Valley.
Those are the kind of mistakes they're going to make, though, when they don't have their number one guys all working together.
Well, this game will change all of a sudden if Platte Valley scores. Beat Diggers have got to come up with a play defensively. 2nd and 7 for the 47. Back to throw Schwint to his right, and he throws that ball right into the ground at the 41-yard line. Intended for Cameron Maxey. 3rd down and 7 to go.
What makes me nervous is they have their running back. He always flares out on the opposite side they're throwing to. We don't really have anybody watching that kid. It's wide open every time.
3rd down and 7 from the 47 of Brush. Dave, not 4-down territory yet for Platte Valley since we're only in the 3rd quarter. But they had a 3rd and long, and they converted last time off a run. Looks like they will pass here. Let's see if that's the case. Low snap, back to throw Schwint, rolling to his left. Looked like there was a hold. Throw underneath is incomplete. McDaniel was covered at the 45 by Randy Baker, throwing against the grain. 4th down and 7 to go. Platte Valley's going to send out their punter, Bailey Collins Landwehr. You want your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape, so make sure you take care of them. Central Auto Parts. Purchase the best quality parts and accessories at great prices at your local Napa store, Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. Baker standing inside his own 15-yard line. Collins Landwehr at the 42. Awaiting the snap. Landwehr has it. A heavy rush, and that one is blocked by Rosenbrock. The ball is loose, and the Beat Diggers fall on it at the 34-yard line. Unbelievable. The Beat Diggers have blocked 2 punts in a row and have the football at the 33-yard line of Platte Valley with 5:09 to go in the 3rd.
I'm not sure if Landwehr was standing back far enough on that play. As I look back on into my mind, it seemed like he was about 5 yards up too close. But nonetheless, it wouldn't have mattered because we had 3 guys, 2 on one side and 1 on the other. They were converging on him. There was no way he was going to be able to get that kick off.
Dave, I don't know if he's seeing the pressure coming because he's been a little bit cavalier about it. And I mean cavalier, not lazy, but taking his time like he normally would. But you realize it just got blocked the time before. No adjustment made. Even by the line there, 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the 33. There's the handoff to Baker running left side, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Helmet goes flying. And Evan France makes the tackle. It's a gain of a yard to the 32 for Randy Baker. 2nd down and 9 to go for the Beat Diggers. They score a touchdown here. As we approach the later moments of the 3rd quarter, this could be the nail in the coffin, but then again, they had the chance to do that moments ago when they started at the Platte Valley 18-yard line. So you know this Broncos defense, they're going to hold their own after allowing that 80-yard touchdown run to Gutierrez on the first play from scrimmage in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 9 from the 32. And we've got a flag down. Right before the flag was on. Let's see, there's a flag down. Yeah, the timeout was called by Randy Dreitz less than a second before the flag was thrown for delay of game, brought to you by State Farm Insurance and Greg Mullen in Brush, Home Auto Life and Health. Greg Mullen and State Farm Insurance, there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. So the Beat Diggers called a timeout, and they've only got 1 remaining. However, you can afford to call the timeouts when you're in the lead. 21-10 Brush with 4:24 to go in the 3rd.
That was just a great call there by Coach Dreitz, paying attention to that clock and knowing, how critical this situation is, trying to take advantage of this opportunity. So,
well, it's a good call by the coach, but there's a negative behind that. You want your quarterback to be able to snap that football.
Right.
But again, we're only in the 3rd game of the season. It's not like this is game number 7 or 8. I think he excuses that at this point of the season.
We've talked about it a lot of times, too, where it's so important to slow the game down once in a while. You know?
Yeah.
And right now we have the momentum on our side, but, that can also make things go a little too fast. So it's good to slow down and stop and think for a minute.
2nd and 9 for the Beat Diggers at the 32-yard line of Platte Valley. Brush has a touchdown in this third quarter. This is their third possession. Rosenbrock lining up his backfield. 2 in the backfield for Brush. Peterson is in motion to the left. And Rosenbrock will hand it off to Baker, running left across the 30, still on his feet, up the left sideline to the 20. Slips out of a tackle at the 15-yard line, and he's going to be taken out of bounds. A big run for Randy Baker on 2nd and 9. Inside the 10-yard line, maybe to the 8. A gain. Let's see if we get the gain here for Brush in the play. That'll be 24 yards as the ball's at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal for the Bee Diggers, and Randy Baker has that total go up, Dave. He's going to rush over 100 yards in this game, but he keeps it going.
He's at 94 yards now on 13 carries, and Mikey Gutierrez has got 99 yards on 6 carries, so we got 2 guys looking for that century mark.
1st and goal at the 8. Rosenbrock awaits the snap. Hands it off to Baker, running left. Up the left side inside the 5-yard line. He dives to about the 3. Strong run by Baker as he evaded a Platte Valley defender. Caleb Creech made the tackle. Platte Valley's got to be getting tired defensively. Gain of 5. They'll mark the ball at the 3. 2nd down and goal to go for the Bee Diggers.
Both of them got 99 yards now.
And the clock reads 3 minutes and 23 seconds and counting in the third quarter. 2nd down and goal just inside the 3-yard line. Man in motion to the right is Alec Peterson. Rosenbrock on the option right. He's got to get around a defender. He's got the corner, and he is going to score. Kyle Rosenbrock inside the right pylon. Into the end zone for a touchdown from 3 yards away. And the Bee Diggers now lead the Broncos 27-10.
Alec Peterson's the one that made the big ceiling block there on Colt McDaniel on that play. And boy, he did a good job coming in motion. He was able to get his body turned around, got his feet nice and wide, kept his balance, and was able to allow Rosenbrock to turn the corner.
Now the extra point to be attempted by Javier Munoz. Awaiting the snap is Ryan Hirschfeld. There it is, perfect snap. That kick is up. It's very high, and it is very good. 3:04 to go, third quarter. Brush 28, Platte Valley 10 on 1010 KSIR, Morgan County's B106 and KSIR.com.
Oh, my gosh. Then Fort Morganville.
John Beltran, Dave Urich back from Bee Digger Stadium. A 4-play, 33-yard drive in 2 minutes and 5 seconds. That's a marathon in this game, Dave. The Bee Diggers haven't taken much time to score. Everything's been very quick. 2:05 is one of their longest drive. Kyle Rosenbrock from 3 yards out. And there's a squib kick, and it's taken at about the 15-yard line, running across the right side and still on his feet across the 35 to the 41 is Cameron Maxey. Pretty decent return. About 25 yards in the return. Eddie Arribas and other Bee Diggers in on the play. And the Bee Diggers now with a 28-10 lead. There's nobody more stunned than Platte Valley right now. I don't think there's any question about it. I don't think they thought that there was any possibility that they would be blown out. From the 40, the quarterback Schwint will hand it off right up the gut, and Caleb Creech is held up at the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1, maybe. Kalen Brandt and Kyle Rosenbrock throw back Creech. 2nd down and 9 to go for Platte Valley. And again, they're not going into a huddle because that's just not their style. Platte Valley not in the huddle at all. They go right up to the line of scrimmage.
They have no offense left now that Sitzman's out of the game.
On 2nd down and 9 from their own 41-yard line. Out of a shotgun is Schwint. 3-step drop, sets, throws over the middle. The pass is complete across the 50 to the 41-yard line. That's Cameron Maxey. And that's a 1st down. Mikey Gutierrez made the tackle, but it's a gain of 18 yards for the Broncos, who trail by 18.
Maybe I spoke a little too soon on that, but still, it's got to be tough on them. Their play calling has to be limited.
1st and 10 for the Broncos at the Beat Digger 41-yard line. We have an even 2 minutes to go in the third. Brush 28, Platte Valley 10. It was 14-10 at the break. Creech has the handoff, and Kyle Rosenbrock tackles him around the ankles for a loss of about half a yard. A 2nd down and 11. That football just inside the Beat Digger 42-yard line. How many tackles has Rosenbrock made tonight between him and Brandt? They've been extremely good. From the 42 of Brush, out of a shotgun, 2nd and 11. Schwint back to throw to his right. The pass is complete to Maxey across the 35, dragged out of bounds at about the 33 by Mikey Gutierrez. Looks like it should be short of a 1st down. And that'll be a gain of about 9. 3rd down, and we'll call it 2 inside the 33. Again, Schwint from the shotgun formation. 3-step drop, looks, throws to his left, pass is tipped and complete. Intended over there on the left side. I don't know if that was Maxey, but it was batted away by Alec Peterson. It'll be 4th down, and officially it's 4th and 2. A long 2 with that football just inside the Beat Digger 33-yard line. They'll go for it with 1:18 to go, and Platte Valley needs a 1st down to have any life in them. 4th down for Platte Valley inside the Beat Digger 33. They've got to get to the 30, so it's about a long 2. Back to throw, Schwint to his right. High pass, way out of bounds, intended for Jacob Smith. It went over the 1st down marker, and the Beat Diggers take over on downs just outside their own 32-yard line with 1:15 to go in the third, leading 28-10, and Brush is looking very good at this point.
They sure are. That was peculiar. They went with the pass on that play. We haven't seen Jacob Smith carry the ball much since Logan Sitzman's been out of the game. But that's our advantage. We'll take everything we can get. We got a lot of points still to put up on the board to pay him back for last year.
1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers. And Dave, there was no smirk out of you when you said that.
I'm dead serious.
No, I know. But we've only got 13 minutes and 15 seconds of football left. In motion to the right is Gutierrez. And Rosenbrock on the option right looks for a block. Has to get by 2 Platte Valley defenders. And he runs out of bounds as he's hit by a couple of defenders. Does gain some yardage. Might have gotten the 35. Rosenbrock's got some speed to the outside. It's either 2 or 3 yards for Rosenbrock. Mark it at the 35. Let's give him 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 to go for the Beat Diggers. The only bad thing is that you stop the clock there.
It's been tough for him. He's got 64 yards tonight. Obviously, Platte Valley's keying on him a bit. But I'll tell you what, he's the guy that delivered the blows there. He got hit by 3 guys right close to the sideline. All 3 of those guys ended up being down on the ground. All 3 of them had to stand up and adjust their helmet. And he was the one that was left standing up, walking back onto the field.
It appears that a Platte Valley player is cramped up, flat on his back, between the 35 and the 40-yard line. So time is called momentarily here at Beat Digger Stadium. AC Ice proudly supports local high school sports throughout Northeast Colorado. When you need ice, don't settle for just any old frozen water. Get AC Ice. You can find it at any local grocery or convenience store near you. And accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center can handle any kind of emergency. That's Colorado Plains Medical Center, where expertise matters. 2nd and 7 for the Beat Diggers, just shy of the 35-yard line. Brush has 2 touchdowns here in the third quarter, an 80-yard run by Mikey Gutierrez and a 3-yard run by Kyle Rosenbrock, his 2nd touchdown of the game. And it's a 28-10 lead as the 2nd-ranked Beat Diggers are about to become the number 1 ranked team in the state in 2A. 3 in the backfield. On 2nd and 7, in motion to the right is Gutierrez. Rosenbrock is going to hand it off right up the gut to Baker, but he's got a yard, and that's it. And it was only one player there for Platte Valley, but that's all it took. Lance Neuerberg, a 6', 220-pound senior. Gain of a yard, 3rd down and 4, and at the very least, 3rd and 6, I should say, at the very least, Beat Diggers run a play, and they can run out the clock even if they don't get a first down and take it to the 4th quarter with, at the very worst, a punting situation. So they're slowly up to the line of scrimmage. And they can take it to the 4th quarter with the ball because there's only 29 seconds to go in the 3rd. 3rd and 6 from the 36. In motion to the right is Baker. Rosenbrock rolls to his right. Oh, there's a hold there. There's the flag. Rosenbrock's going to be thrown down and sacked. Yeah, there was a massive hold, and McDaniel and a couple of other blockers throw Rosenbrock down at about the 25-yard line. That was just a horrendous play for Brush.
Yeah, we had a hold on it, and then we ended up almost getting Rosenbrock clobbered. It's one of those things where if you're going to make the hold, you're probably better off to hold on tight so at least your quarterback doesn't get hurt.
Well, the penalty will be declined. Randy Dright's not happy about that because they collapsed in 2 different areas, like you said, with the penalty. And you could see it from here, and the officials saw it. And one thing is to hold. The other thing is to hold when your quarterback gets sacked, which means the hold didn't accomplish anything.
It's not a very hot night tonight, but a lot of those kids are cramping up on Platte Valley's side. We've had a few kids.
Yeah, that's Colt McDaniel, and McDaniel's getting up, and he's putting no weight on that right leg. And you wonder if that's a cramp situation. Could be, but it's a loss of 12, by the way, on that sack from the 36 back to the 24. Oh, I might have that wrong, Dave. What was it? It's at the 19, a loss of 17. 17 yards in the loss. That's how bad that, and that's without the penalty. They've declined the penalty. Now the clock will run. V-Diggers should be able to run out the clock without punting and take it to the 4th quarter. And yeah, that'll be the case here. At the end of 3 from Beat Digger Stadium with the score, Brush 28, Platte Valley 10 on 1010 KSIR, Morgan County's B106 and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urig. Back from Beat Digger Stadium, we head to the 4th quarter. And the Beat Diggers are in the lead by a score of 28-10. The Beat Diggers will punt on a 4th down and 24 after the 17-yard sack of Rosenbrock, who's standing at his own 4-yard line. Cameron Maxey back to receive. Perfect snap. Rosenbrock gets it up high. Punt towards the middle of the field, now fluttering towards the Beat Diggers sideline, inside the 40 to the 39. Can't ask for much better than that for Kyle Rosenbrock. That's a punt of 42 yards in Platte Valley with a backup quarterback in Tanner Schwint has the football 9 seconds into the 4th, trailing 28-10.
Tell you what, our line did a great job of blocking there because Platte Valley again came up there with 9 guys to try to rush our punter. Nobody got through, and Rosenbrock had plenty of time to kick it.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. As Platte Valley gets up to the line of scrimmage. Schwint in a shotgun formation. 2 receivers split each side. 1 setback. 2-step drop. Throws over the middle. The pass is complete. Across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. Complete over there to Josh Dubenbarger. And the gain is 8. 2nd down and 2. Alec Peterson makes the tackle. 2nd and 2 for the 47-yard line. Snap, handoff to Creech, stutter steps, 1st down across the 50 to the 48, a gain of 5. Maverick Seawald and Chase Klein make the tackle. 1st down for the Broncos. They've got to score in every possession to have any chance in this game. The Beat Diggers obviously want to slow the game down. 1st and 10 from the Beat Digger 48-yard line. Logan Sitzman, the starting quarterback, was injured in the 3rd quarter on a vicious hit. Back to throw. Out towards the middle, incomplete. on that little slant intended for Cameron Maxey at the 38-yard line. He was open, but Schwint delivered it a little bit high. 2nd down and 10 to go for the Broncos.
Schwint's thrown for 35 yards on 9 attempts. He's completed 3 of them.
2nd down and 10 for the Broncos at the Beat Digger 49-yard line. Brush 28, Platte Valley 10. 11:06 to go in the game. Out of a shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Creech is the lone setback. Schwint, 3-step drop, throws to his right, wide open at the 40 to the 35, and tumbling down to the 31 for a first down is Tanner Fetzer. Beat Diggers had virtually no coverage on that play. And it's a gain of 17 yards. Yeah, there was a breakdown there for the Beat Diggers. They didn't see Fetzer at all. He was just sitting there underneath, and he caught it and still had plenty of room to run.
He snuck in there in between our linebacker and our safety and our corner, just in that little pocket there.
From the 31, Schwentz will hand it off to Creech, stutter stepping, and then he's taken down across the 30 to the 29, maybe the 28. Chase Klein and Maverick Seawald combined for the tackle. Now you wonder if Platte Valley scores if they'll go for an onside kick. A gain of 3 for Creech, 2nd down and 7. Still plenty of time, 10:22 to go in the game. Brush with a 28-10 lead. It was 14-10 at halftime. Mikey Gutierrez scored on an 80-yard run, then Kyle Rosenbrock from 3 yards out. On 2nd down and 7. 2-step drop, the throw in the middle, the pass is complete. At the 25, take it down at the 24. Randy Baker makes the play on Cameron Maxey. It's a gain of only 4. 3rd down and 3 to go, so it's 4-down territory. The ball at the 24-yard line. 3rd down and a short 4. Low snap. Looking, Schwint takes off, throws on the run, incomplete. The receiver fell down. Intended for Josh Ellenbarger, but he's on the ground. And now we got a Beat Digger getting up slowly. At the 27-yard line, that's Kalen Brandt, who's had a heck of a game. Now he's up. He more than likely will take a seat here on this 4th down play. Now we'll call it officially 4th and about 3, because that football looks like it's inside the 24, long 3.
Clay Shaver just ran in there to take Brandt's place. I'll tell you what, the Diggers got some depth. You know, there's Shaver's a sophomore. You know, he's a big kid. He's tough.
4th and 3, just inside the Beat Digger 24-yard line. This is it for Platte Valley. If they don't get a first down here, I mean, you still have 9 minutes and 44 seconds to go, but their chances of coming back would be down to almost 0. Schwint out of a shotgun. Awaiting the snap. A 3-step drop. Rolls to his left. Throws deep over the middle. That pass is going to be off the hands of the receiver. Incomplete. Oh, that was nearly a touchdown right at the goal line as Eddie Arribas was defending the Platte Valley receiver right up the middle of the field. And yeah, for Platte Valley, that was Evan France. Davey nearly had that ball, but they've had a couple of plays like that right off the fingertips of the receiver. And that should be able to seal it for the Beat Diggers. 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. There is 9:38 to go, but they're up by 3 possessions and would have to basically beat themselves at this point.
He almost tipped the ball right into Nico Guzman's hands. Nico almost came down with it in the end zone.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Handoff left side to Baker. Back to the inside. He dives to the 30. It's a gain of 6 for Randy Baker. Platte Valley tackle was made by Caleb Creech. Check that. Might have been somebody in the secondary.
106 yards now for Baker. 16 carries.
And make it the sophomore Matthew Hoffman with the tackle for Platte Valley. 2nd down and 4. And Rosenbrock will take some time off the clock. The offensive linemen are still standing right now. They're not in their typical stance. Their 3-point stance. 2nd down and 4. Play clock at 3 seconds. Rosenbrock hands it off left side to Baker, gets it around a defender, then dives across the 30 to the 32, but I think his knee was down at the 31. Jacob Smith got in that backfield, but Baker was able to make something out of nothing. 3rd down and 3 to go for Brush.
Really liked how he was fighting to get that first down. Just going to go forward. body was parallel with the ground, trying to pick up that extra couple of yards.
8:30 to go in the game. Brush 28, Platte Valley 10. Third down and 3 to go for the Bead Diggers at their own 31-yard line. Receivers split each side, but the Bead Diggers have not completed a pass in the game. The only pass that was complete went to the opposing team. Platte Valley nearly jumped, no flag. Rosenbrock hands it off left side. First down, back towards the middle, and the cut is Randy Baker across the 35 to the 39. A nifty move for the Bead Diggers senior. It's a gain of 8, and the drive continues for Brush.
115 yards now. Tell you what, the kid from Platte Valley, that Gillen, he took a shot. He tried to tackle Baker there. Baker cut it back after he picked up about 5 yards and just drilled him. The kid was standing straight up and down, trying to tackle him chest to chest.
Well, this just earned the Bead Diggers another 2 minutes of possession time as long as they hold on to the football. First and 10 for Brush at their own 39-yard line. Under 8 minutes to go in the game. Counter to Gutierrez running right, and he is hit after a gain of maybe a yard. Initial hit by the sophomore, Parker Jones. 2nd and 8. Well, Gutierrez, he kind of slid his body underneath defenders to gain 2.
That gets him to 101 yards, so we got 2 guys there. That's awesome. It's been a long time since we've had 2 running backs.
Well, isn't this old-fashioned football, Dave? You don't have to complete a pass to win. And I'm not just talking old-fashioned, but the Brush football from
days of old. We're loving it.
2nd down and 8 to go for the 41-yard line. The Bead Diggers are on their own side of the field. And there's the handoff on the counter to Gutierrez. He is walloped and smothered in the backfield. A loss. Parker Jones was unblocked. Throws him down at the 38-yard line. It's a loss of 3. 3rd down and 11.
So now Mikey's back down to 98 yards again. It's easy come, easy go.
Yeah, well, that's why when you gain over 100, Dave, you got to be well over 100.
That's right.
I'm sure he'll get another chance here momentarily. But see, like I mentioned, they earned another 2 minutes of clock with that first down as we're approaching the 6.5-minute mark of the game. Brush 28, Platte Valley 10. The Bead Diggers have it 3rd down and 11 to go at their own 38-yard line. Could this be an option by Rosenbrock? It will be. Rosenbrock looking for a block. He's not going to get it. He is tackled for a loss at the 34. I'd say they have had trouble blocking Parker Jones on this possession. He's made 3 significant plays, including a loss of 4. And it'll be under 6 minutes to go in the game when the Bead Diggers punt. 4th down and 15 for Brush.
Brush was ready to punt, though. You know, they had Peterson down there taking a few snaps to Coach Marquez getting warmed up.
Clock now reads 5 minutes and 44 seconds to go. And Platte Valley's coming with a heavy rush, so Rosenbrock's got to get it off on 4th and 15. Perfect snap. Here comes the rush. He gets it off. Spiraling punt towards the sideline occupied by Platte Valley on the right side. Takes a Bead Digger roll to the 32-yard line. And for Rosenbrock, it's a punt of 34 yards, and Platte Valley's got it with 5:27 to go in the game. Outside of their own 30-yard line officially, it'll be the 32. How about the Bead Digger defense? Have not given up a touchdown since the opening quarter.
Yeah, they're just playing tough, just really good assignment football. And one thing you can say for sure is the secondary's bought that defensive line a lot of time, enabling them to make a few sacks.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. 2 receivers each side. Schwint is back to throw. Heaves it up the left side. Receivers out there. And it is caught inside the 30 to the 20-yard line is Cameron Maxey. It's a first down before he's taken down. Bead Diggers took a chance there going for an interception, and it did not pay off at all. A long gainer. That might be all the way to the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 50. And the Broncos are in the red zone. 1st and 10. Platte Valley not going away with 5:18 to go. And trailing 28-10. Trips to the right. Schwint, quick drop. Looking over the middle. Pass is going to be incomplete. Almost intercepted by Arribas. A dangerous throw intended. Looked like for Colt McDaniel at the goal line. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he tried to force it in there, but Arribas was in front of McDaniel. Kind of laid out there to catch the ball. It hit him in the forearms and went right through him.
Second down and 10 at the Beet Digger 18-yard line. Brush shut out Ray in the opening week of the season, gave up only 14 to Fort Morgan. Only has allowed 10 here to Platte Valley. Second down, pass out in the right flat is off the hands of the receiver, Jacob Smith. Incomplete. Now that's a long lateral pass. Third down and 10 to go. 5:04 to go in the game, and the Beet Diggers are up by 18. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu. That's Morgan Community College, or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. It'll get you on the right track and find out what options are there to help you. Imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goal with Morgan Community College. Third and 10 for the 18. Sitzman in the shotgun. McDaniel is in motion to the left. Now resets along that left side. One setback. That's Creech. Schwint has the football. Three-step drop over the middle, incomplete. Intended for McDaniel, well over his head. Threw it too hard as well because he was only at the 15-yard line. Fourth down and 10, and the Beet Digger defense has come up huge every time in this game on fourth down.
Yeah, even right there, it was a quick pass, but we had some pressure on him. He had to hurry up and throw it.
And even 5 minutes to go. Fourth and 10 for Platte Valley. Tanner Schwint, the backup quarterback, is in there after the starter, Logan Sitzman, was hurt in the third quarter on an option play. From the 18. On fourth down and 10. Two receivers to the left and two to the right. Quick drop for Schwint. Looking deep over the middle, incomplete. Extremely high over the head of the intended receiver, Maxey, at the 1-yard line. Beet Diggers take over on downs, and quite frankly, Dave, none of those passes, with the exception of that second down pass out in the flat, came close to being complete.
Yeah, they're just trying to force it now, and young quarterback's not really throwing it to the open receivers.
So Brush has it at their own 18-yard line. Yeah, Platte Valley's not going to stop the clock here. You get a couple of first downs, the game is over, you run out the clock, and you've shortened the game the way you wanted to. First and 10 for the 18. Alec Peterson is in motion to the left. Rosenbrock will hand it off on the right side, and breaking out of it, tackles Gutierrez, and nearly broke it across the 25 to the 30. It's a gain of 12. Maxey makes the tackle on Mikey Gutierrez, who was one defender away from going 82 yards for a score. And it looks like Gutierrez is slow to get up with a cramping situation out there.
Yep, that's going to happen with these weeks like this with the low practice time. But I'll tell you what, the Diggers doing a good job of blocking and play calling. That time, out of that double tight formation, they put their back in motion from the far side. They ran him over here like they got Platte Valley thinking that we were going to run a sweep over here to the left side. And then they hand off the dive over to the right side. Just doing a good job of disguising that same offense that we've run for years.
And the Beet Diggers have it at their own 30-yard line with 4:50 to go in the game. Dave, I'm taking a look at your facial expression. You're not happy with this 28-10. You want 35-10.
I would love 35-10. Love it. Love it. Because, last year, think about those points that were going up there on the board. They just kept stacking them up there.
Well,
leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
We were out of there before 9 o'clock.
Yeah. I was glad to be out of
63-7.
there, too.
Yeah, I mean, the game became unwatchable.
I started watching that fire on the interstate. Remember that last year? There was a car over there on fire on the interstate during the game.
Yeah, that was
more interesting.
Certainly was. But 1 year later, the Beet Diggers, as we open up the broadcast, saying they were out to prove that last year was just one bad night. From the 30, hand off to Baker. Big hole across the right side of the 40, along the sideline of the 45. Still on his feet as he spins his way across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. So Randy Baker, well over 100 yards. He was over 100 before the play, but he pads that total as he gains 18 yards to the 48-yard line.
So 133 yards for Randy now on 19 carries. Again, trap right up the middle. Running right at that huge defensive line, too. That's what's so amazing. If you would have told me that before the game, that we were going to beat them where their size was, I would have never guessed that. But we really have run right at them.
Well, they've stayed away from Parker Jones on these first two plays, which is a good thing. Only bad thing, you've run a couple of plays here which have stopped the clock, one because of injury, the other because they went out of bounds. So 4:25, the clock is stopped. First and 10 for Brush at their own 48-yard line. Peterson is in motion to the left. Rosenbrock will hand it off to Baker across the right side of first down to the 40-yard line, still on his feet. He's upended inside the 35 to the 32. Cameron Maxey makes the tackle, but Randy Baker running hard for a gain of 20.
Ball spotted at the 33. It's enough for another B-Digger. First down.
The yards keep piling up for Randy Baker.
153. But you know the credit goes to this offensive line. I'll tell you what, Seawald, Jose Rodriguez, and Carwin, and Teeter, and Nichols, those guys are just, and Brandt, those guys are doing a good job up there, just blowing some holes wide open.
1st and 10, the ball just inside the Bronco 33-yard line. Again, Peterson is sent in motion to the left side, and the handoff on the stutter step right up the middle. That's Eddie Arribas. Got a couple of yards. Colton Carlson and Jacob Smith combined for the tackle. And the gain is 2, just inside the 31. 2nd down and 8 to go for Brush. We're at 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Brush 28, Platte Valley 10. Nobody anticipated this, at least in the people that I talked to, Dave. Not this type of dominance, but it's happened after Sitzman scored that first touchdown. Brush has controlled the entire game. Offense, defense, and particularly special teams. From the 31, 2nd and 8. Peterson in motion to the left once again. Handoff to the deep back across the 30. And spinning out of a tackle is Baker, still on his feet to the 26-yard line. He gains 5 yards in a play. Baker running relentlessly out there. He's just not giving up any ground. Took about 3 Broncos to bring him down to the ground, including Josh Dovenbarger. 3rd down and 3 to go for Brush.
And then he's doing a good job at covering the ball up with 2 hands. Platte Valley's in there trying to rip away and trying to create that fumble, but, you know, he's not going to give him that turnover.
Well, he had that key fumble against Fort Morgan. That was late in the 3rd quarter. He remembered that, and he's certainly taking care of business tonight. 3rd down and 3 to go for the 26-yard line. The B-Diggers are in Platte Valley territory. In motion to the right this time is Peterson. Handoff right up the middle. Baker drives towards that first down marker. He might be a tad short. Very close. Anthony Barra made the tackle. I think he's about half a yard short. A gain of 2 just inside the Platte Valley 24. And under 2 minutes to go, it'll be 4th down and 1. And you think Brush is going to go for it, and if they get the first down, they'll run out the clock themselves. Dave, I hate to say it. 1 versus 2, it lived up to its billing at halftime. Oh, but then Brush made it look easy.
You know, that just showed, you know, Platte Valley didn't have the depth. And once they lost Sitzman, they just crumbled.
Well, even defensively, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Brush is taking it to him. 4th down and 1. Peterson in motion to the right. Rosenbrock hands off to Baker, right side. He spins his way for a first down after being hit at the 23-yard line. And he's down to the 21. It's a gain of 3 for Randy Baker, and the drive continues for Brush. In fact, that ball's almost to the 20-yard line. With 1:23 to go, the B-Diggers have to run just a couple of more plays. Let's see if they actually run the plays or just take a knee, which is probably an option that they can certainly consider. We'll see what happens. Yeah, 2 snaps will get it done right here. With the ball just shy of the 21 of Platte Valley. Peterson in motion to the left. And there is the pitch left to Gutierrez to the outside of the 20, back to the inside of the 15. And he's down at the 13-yard line. That's a gain of close to 8. Caleb Creech made the tackle. 2nd down and 2. We're at 34 seconds to go in the game. This should be the final play of the game. And the B-Diggers are in victory formation, as Rosenbrock will take a knee, and this is the right thing to do here. As Rosenbrock takes the snap, takes the knee, and the Brush B-Diggers have knocked off the defending state runner-ups and the number 1 ranked team in Class 2A, the Platte Valley Broncos, 28-10. We'll come back with a recap on 1010 KSIR, Morgan County's B106, and KSIR.com. B-Digger postgame show is brought to you by Buildings by Design. Knowing who you can trust to do a good job is the tough part nowadays, but when you hire Buildings by Design, you can trust you'll get the building you want, when you want it, and at the quality you deserve. Start your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. The B-Diggers win the game tonight over the Platte Valley Broncos in Brush, 28-10. John Beltran and Dave Urich back with you. Let's look through the scoring once again as Platte Valley got on the board in their second possession, a 5-play, 68-yard drive in a minute and 2 seconds. Logan Sitzman with a 43-yard run. 7-0 the score after Bailey Collins Landwehr's extra point. B-Diggers came back later on in the opening quarter, 41-yard drive in 2 plays. In just over 40 seconds, Randy Baker with a 15-yard run. PAT was missed. The B-Diggers trailed 7-6, but then took the lead for good early in the second quarter. A 3-play, 48-yard drive in less than a minute. Rosenbrock scores from 17 yards out. Randy Baker with a 2-point conversion run. It's 14-7. And then Platte Valley with a 2-minute and 49-second drive, 6 plays, 43 yards. A 24-yard field goal by Bailey Collins Landwehr before the break made it 14-10. But on the opening play of the third quarter, Michael Gutierrez, Mikey goes 80 yards right up the gut. Made it 21-10 with the extra point. And then sealing the deal on a 4-play, 33-yard drive in 2 minutes and 5 seconds was Rosenbrock, a 3-yard run late in the third quarter. 28-10 the final score. Dave, these numbers are going to be very easy to go through because for Brush, it was all about the ground game.
It sure was. We threw the ball that one time. Rosenbrock had that interception. After that, it was all run. Rosenbrock ended up carrying the ball 9 times for 40 yards. Randy Baker had 23 carries for 164 yards. Eddie Arribas had 2 carries for 2 yards. And then Mikey Gutierrez had 10 carries for 118 yards, which gave us 224 yards offense total.
And for Platte Valley, they had to rely a lot on the passing game tonight because of the fact they fell behind, Dave, and they went to the backup quarterback in Tanner Schwint.
Yeah, and Schwinn ended up throwing the ball 16 times. He ended up with a bunch of completions, 106 yards total offense. Sitzman, on the other hand, he threw the ball a total of 7 times. He only completed 3 of those for 58 yards. So it was a passing affair for Platte Valley. They had 164 yards in the air, 138 yards on the ground. Their leading rusher was Jacob Smith with 42 yards, and then Caleb Creech had 12 carries for 39 yards. So, the Diggers did a good job of slowing them down, even their passing game.
And it's amazing. Neither team played for 2 weeks. This was a much-anticipated game, and at halftime it was only 14-10, but what Brush did in the second half, and it was a carryover from that key play in the first half, which you talked about, a couple of key plays. The one you were referencing was Nico Guzman breaking up that pass on a 4th down inside the 5-yard line. There was also Kyle Rosenbrock with back-to-back defensive plays, a 2-yard and a 4-yard loss, which set up a 24-yard field goal by Bailey Collins Landwehr when, quite frankly, everybody in the stadium, including you and I, thought this would be a 14-14 game at the break instead of 14-10.
Right, and it was tight. But I think there was just a few of the little nuances that happened during the game. And like you said, the physicality of the Brush defense, it really, I think it had an effect on those receivers. And then it obviously had effect on their key player because Sitzman ended up having to sit out. Had he not been hit hard, that wouldn't have happened. That was Rosenbrock that put the hit on him.
I remember back in 2007 when Platte Valley won the state championship, and Brush only lost that game 26-23. And one of the reasons, they had a little athlete there who destroyed the B-Diggers on special teams. Brush had a lot more offense in that game. And tonight, not only did the B-Diggers have more offense, but they certainly had a lot more special teams just on that punt rush or punt rushes.
Yeah. With all those blocks, holy cow, it was neat to see the Diggers go for that. But like you were saying, the special teams, we had some great kicking. We had some great punting from both teams. It made it an exciting game.
As the B-Diggers with a victory over the Platte Valley Broncos, 28-10, win their Patriot League opener. And the Broncos fall to 2-1. The B-Diggers improved to 3-0 as we bring in the head coach of the B-Diggers, Randy Dreitz. Coach, how good does this feel after what happened last year, a 56-point setback on the road, to beat this team by 18 points last night? And quite frankly, with the way your team played after succumbing that early touchdown, I don't think the game was as close as the 28-10 final score indicated. You could have won by even a greater margin.
Our kids played really well. Our defense, hats off to them. Boy, they had a great goal line stand. They had to kick it for 3 points. We had a couple block punts. The big thing is our kids worked hard and got after them, and it was a physical football game. I knew it would be. I just told them we have to be more physical than they are. A lot of good things happened today, and I'm really extremely proud of our football team. And it's a win, and it's a big win for us in the conference. But like I told the team, I said, we might see this team again in the playoffs, so we got to make sure we're ready and getting after them.
Was this really defensively about assignment football once you gave up that touchdown on that 43-yard run by Sitzman on their second drive? Any adjustments made, or just a matter of, like you said, out-physicaling them and making the plays when you had to and not getting out of your lanes?
It's disciplined football, and if in our defense you have to be disciplined and do your job, and we preach it over and over. And early in the game, they ran a little option there, and we didn't get to the quarterback, and it cost us. And that was, we got to make sure we are there for our assignment. And so hopefully, we learn from those things and get better and move on.
You must have really loved this win, considering the way you did it offensively. The only pass that was complete went to Platte Valley. Did you think in your wildest dreams, Coach, that after that interception that you would be able to win this football game without a single, forget about pass completion, even pass attempt, everything was on the ground?
I kind of thought we could. I really did. I thought our kids we could take it to them running the football, and we probably got a little cute throwing the one time we did throw, and probably shouldn't have thrown it then. But we definitely have to work on our passing game, and whether it be pass blocking or completing passes and that type of thing. We did this a few years ago, and we were in a state championship game, and I still believe in running the football, and that's what it's all about, and playing great defense. And our defense did a great job for us, but we definitely need to work on our passing game, and we will. But I didn't think we needed to, and the big thing why is because their offense is so good. They got great players on their team, and I wanted to keep their offense off the field.
You see a lot of defenses where the physical part of their defense is on the line and with the linebackers, but it looked like your secondary, Nico Guzman, had a big hit near the goal line. Even your secondary was being physical. This wasn't just about 5 or 6 players on the defensive side. It seemed that all 11 wanted a piece of Platte Valley offenders.
Most definitely. We try to hold them back a little bit in practice because this year's team, they love to hit. And over the years, the teams that are like that, we don't have to hit a lot in practice because we feel they're good that way. And, it's a fine line. How much do you hit in practice? How much do you not hit in practice? But they really let loose tonight. All guys on defense did a great job.
All right, we had to go back, at least in my memory bank, and you can do the same, Coach, had to go back about 11 years when there was a blocked punt here, first game of the season against Fort Morgan in a 21-0 victory. It was only your third year as a head coach. You had back-to-back block punts tonight, which is just rather shocking. You'd figure there'd be some adjustment made by Platte Valley. What did you see on either one of those plays or both of those plays to make that possible? Was it simply just a fierce rush towards the punter? Because not only did you block it, but you got the ball in the red zone once and deep in their own territory the other time.
Well, with the block punt, I watched on film quite a bit, and I thought we might be able to block it up the middle. And then we tried that the first half, and they did a great job of plugging up the middle. And, we hit the guy one time, and he flew back into the punter. I thought we had a chance. And so in the second half, I made an adjustment. I said, we're going to look like we're going up the middle, but we're going to come from the side. And we brought a couple guys from the side from the end, and we're able to get to him. And, I didn't think we'd be able to do it twice, but we were, and that was sure exciting. It's just too bad we didn't capitalize on both of those like we should have.
Right. Well, finally, Coach, what about the challenge here coming up this week? It's homecoming week coming up. Do you have to make sure you channel the emotions of these players knowing they're coming off a huge victory, but you got to go back to work and back to business for a game against University here on Friday?
Oh, it's so hard sometimes being that psychologist, but yeah, it's as a head coach, you hate sometimes all the distractions from homecoming, but On the other hand, I remember being a high school kid, and I want these kids to have a great memory from high school and have fun. I just told them, be smart. Don't do things. Don't be stupid out there. They have the gorilla volleyball tomorrow night, and I hold my breath every year when that happens. I'm afraid someone's going to get hurt, sprain an ankle, something of that. And I made sure I mentioned it tonight after the game to them and told them, I said, guys, this is a big win. It's beat the number one team, and it's a great conference win, but we still got to work to get better, and we don't take anybody lightly. And we got homecoming this week. We got a lot of distractions. We got to make sure we stay focused on the job at hand, the task at hand, and that is winning that homecoming game.
Randy, that was fun to watch. Congratulations tonight.
Thank you.
That's Brush Head football coach Randy Dreitz as the Beat Diggers take out Platte Valley, the number one ranked team in 2A here at Beat Digger Stadium by a score of 28-10. Beat Diggers back in action coming up on Friday night, a week from tonight, when they take on the University Bulldogs. As I said earlier on the broadcast, if we're not on full power on 1010, that game will be on KRFD. That's 94.5 The Ranch, but we hope to have it for you right here on 1010 as well as KSIR.com, where our web coverage, will continue for who knows how long. We've had games on KSIR.com now for, I believe, at least a decade. So that's your internet reliability for the Brush Beat Diggers. All right, the sound engineer and producer for Brush Beat Digger football tonight has been Rose Condos. Our replay engineer is Alan Lance. Our coordinating producer back at the station is Brandy Ingersoll. For Dave Urich, I'm John Beltran. The final score once again tonight in this Patriot League opener: the Brush Beat Diggers defeat the Platte Valley Broncos 28-10 right here on 1010 KSIR, Morgan County's B106, and KSIR.com.